Why was the intro playing?
Yeah, it was extra because it's a special night, so we had
Oh,
to
it was an
go
extra one?
extra.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Why was the intro playing?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me turn mine off. Oh, it was an extra one?
Wait, why are we getting echoes? My headphones are in.
Oh, it was an extra one?
Echoes our charm.
I guess.
Hello, everybody in the chat. Hey, Mr. Chef. Hey, Terrence. How's it going? Oop, ow. I just bumped my
Oh, what
elbow
happened to
really
you?
hard. Ow.
Damn, you okay
I'm
there?
good. I'm good.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to put my headphones in too, just in case.
Hey, so how's everybody doing?
We're good. I'm good. I'm good to go. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, we're really happy to have you
Good.
too. This is going to be
Happy
so
to
much
have you.
fun. It's a great topic too.
Yeah.
I don't know tons about it. I think I've probably seen a lot of those kinds of films though. I just don't realize it, but I'm planning
Yeah,
on learning a lot tonight, I think.
Really?
same here. I think with those kind of movies, you don't necessarily know it's the exploitation, grindhouse, or whatever kind of movie. You just kind of
Yeah.
watch them.
Yeah, and it's hard to know like what qualifies and what doesn't qualify, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, with some of those movies, it gets a little it gets a little hairy, but I have a whole explanation here. I even have a Wikipedia explanation in my notes.
Nice.
It's gonna be an educational
It
night for
is.
everybody. We're all gonna learn
Nice.
something. And there's a lot of movies
Hey,
from that era to enjoy. So
Yeah, totally. Do
so
they
you know
carry
what?
on?
Why don't you tell us what is an exploitation grindhouse type of a movie then, so we all know?
all right, so Grindhouse is defined as low budget horror movies, splatter films, exploitation films for adults. Keyword for adults. The movies were usually played in succession. That usually means they usually played 2 to 3 of these movies in movie theaters. They were low budget, very low budget, but you got what you paid for. So they were usually very cheap to get in to
Mm-hmm.
see these movies, and which is brings me to a point on the course of watching these movies for the last month. You guys had me booked for during the time I've been doing it. A lot of these movies are really, they cost money to see them. Like you need to pay to watch. Like it's
Right.
not hard. It's not easy to find a lot of these movies, like the classics, to stream for free. So
Mm-hmm.
Right. I was reading up on it a little bit, and I understand that in the 30s ish, Universal was the first to put out these kinds of films, and then there was a underground group that kind of took them
mhm.
over and started putting them out there. And then Universal, of course, the big studios got pissed, right? That they were doing that,
Oh
so
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they
They're always going to be mad at the little
started
guy.
cracking down on regulations and stuff for movies around that time. So that's
Yeah,
cool.
and it's like when they had like music and things like that, people started coming out with independent music. It's a little bit harder for people to, for guys to get their stuff out there. The directors who were shooting these films,
Right.
but they had a whole cult following behind their movies, like when
Mm-hmm.
they did Willie Dynamite and like Dolomite and things like that.
Right.
The director, like he amassed a huge cult following just within the culture alone. So,
Right.
and that's what a lot of people did with these movies. They made really, some of the movies had really strange content. So like
Right.
some people really took on like the horror, the violence aspect of it. They love that part. They're like, oh man, that movie's gonna live on forever for that one scene. And then
Mm-hmm.
there's some people love them for different reasons. Just the actors, the actresses.
Right. What's your favorite genre of this?
My favorite genre will probably just be the mainstream genre of just the '70s.
Right.
um, would probably just be my favorite. I mean, because I could dive into it, but as far as the exploitation movies go, probably the kung fu movies. I've always been a big fan of kung fu movies.
Yeah.
That was the '70s is when the Zatoichi movies were out. The Lone Wolf and Cub movies were out.
Right.
Stray Cat Rock. Those movies were, I loved them. Yeah, the
Yeah.
fighting, the action.
Yeah. Hi, Ice Lord.
Hi, Edward.
Oh, got people in the comment. What's up?
We do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed about you
Hey,
guys' fan section. You
hey,
guys also have a
Queen.
lot of Dans. You guys have a lot of Dans.
Do we?
Yeah, you
Woo,
guys have a lot.
I thought we only had one Dan, Mr. Dan in horror.
There's
What other
me.
Dans we have?
There's a
Oh yeah,
There's him too.
yeah. There's me.
right.
There's like two more Dans, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to all the Dans.
Okay, shout out to all the Dans. As a being a Dan myself, I second that.
Yeah.
I
There you
second and
go.
third that.
But the mainstream section is probably like my favorite. But in the 70s,
Right.
the mainstream horror, I made a list. I made a list.
Of your
And I'm pretty
favorites?
sure some of you, your fans will pick up on these. But um, a lot of these movies kind of fell into the grindhouse category and the mainstream horror category.
Right.
Some of them, like they just live on in infamy. They're just like they only a few of them were shot by mainstream studios, had mainstream production and things
Right.
like that. But
Yeah.
of course, everybody knows Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
Right.
1974.
Obviously.
Yeah.
That movie was banned in 7 countries when it came out because of
Isn't that crazy?
the violence and how graphic it was at the time. And like to think
At
it's like
that time.
yeah, at the time, that's like the
Keyword.
sadness coming out right now. It's like the
Mr. Dan
sadness would be
says his
banned in
ears
how
are
many
ringing.
countries back then. It was crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy how standards change though, right? Like at that time, that movie was considered to be so violent. Nowadays you're looking at it like, was it though?
Hmm.
You know, times
Exactly.
change for sure.
And that was part of the allure for a lot of those movies. I loved how gritty they were shot, like the
Hmm.
cinematography. It was just cool. I just liked the gritty scenery, the way they shot the movie.
Yeah.
Like another movie on the list, The Exorcist, 1973. So
That's
everybody knows about
exploitation?
that.
I didn't know that was
I didn't
exploitation.
know that
No,
either.
no, no, it wasn't. It's just a mainstream. It was a mainstream horror that came out in the 1970s. It
Right.
wasn't.
Hmm.
These are just mainstream horrors. Before I got to the exploitation section,
Oh, okay, okay,
Okay.
that's a
okay.
different conversation, ladies. That's a yeah. And you guys already said we're
Gotcha.
gonna be here for a while, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
Gotcha.
But no,
right.
that was not an exploitation movie, but the main for as far as mainstream horror at the time. But that one was banned in a lot of different places because of the violence in the movie or what people depicted as violence. A lot of religious protests
Yep.
about the movie. There were heart attacks in theaters. It was just the movie even now still lives up a lot to today's standards and things like that. Um, it's brought up in a lot of horror conversations, especially in movies about from the 70s.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, but
Mm.
one that was definitely Faces of Death in 1978. That was banned in 46 countries. That was one of those in between movies as a cult classic. It wasn't released
Yeah.
by a big. It wasn't a big release, but it was a lot of people heard about it and wanted to start going to see it, and like it started as one of those underground cult movies.
I
Right.
kind of like the first one. The first
Yeah,
one is
like
kind of good.
but they say that it was some of the stuff was real and some of it wasn't.
Mm.
So, but you
Like
can't
a lot of
tell.
it was staged, but at that time, I guess people thought it was real. Like when the
Yeah,
guy got electrocuted, the death penalty guy
I
that
don't
they
know
killed
about
on
that.
electric chair. People said that it was real at that time, but we all know now that it wasn't.
Yeah, like now we
Yeah,
know how it works with
yeah,
cameras and how they. Yeah, it's a lot
yeah. They
different
said
than it
that
was.
like when he was foaming at the mouth, that was literally toothpaste.
Yeah, it was like we know what it looks like now. We know what
Yeah,
the glitz and
yeah.
glamour goes behind the camera. So it's not too bad. But I like those movies. They're not too bad. Carrie, 1976, and Amityville Horror,
Right.
Clockwork Orange. Kubrick. There were a lot of directors coming out with a lot of edgy movies at the time. So people who even like were inspired by those movies, they did some pretty crazy grindhouse movies. A lot of the movies had a lot of strange, bizarre themes. There was a lot of violence, and it was like
Hmm.
misogyny gone wild in some cases. So
Everybody in the comments, what are your favorite Grindhouse movies? Exploitation films. Because I know you got some, Terrence.
Yeah, Terrence, where you
oh
at? Let
man,
us know.
I know the comment section.
Terrence like a walking encyclopedia. Roll it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are too many to name. They had
There
because
are.
yeah, because there was like exploitation movies, and they called like subgenres sexploitation movies, and like people,
Mhm.
anybody with a camera could just go out and do it. It was just people making mixtapes,
Right.
like in
Right.
music. Just
Right. Right.
everybody,
Right.
everybody knew a friend that had a camera that was making some sort of movie.
Oh yes,
You know,
Terrence, you're on the spot.
You're on
Go
the
ahead.
spot. Give me a
Go
break.
ahead. Go ahead.
Terrence,
Go
you
ahead.
love this. Just name one. Just name one.
Don't get him
genre.
started. He about to name like 100.
Do it.
What's their favorite? What's his
Oh,
favorite mainstream? That's the one.
Terrence is saying
Death
Death
Race.
Race
Death Race 2000.
2000s. I
Yeah,
haven't
Oh
seen that one.
yeah.
What's that one
classic.
Right.
about?
Yeah, that was a classic one. And then, like I said, there was a lot of actors in these movies at the time that were like just reoccurring, and that's why we know them as big faces now. Pam Grier, you know,
Mhm.
Charles Bronson, and
Right.
just a lot of people. A lot of good movies. Um,
So would we consider like a exploitation grindhouse movie something more modern that is clearly like modeled around those earlier movies, like when Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino made that what's it called? It literally was called Grindhouse when they made the double feature with
Death
oh, and
Proof
Quentin
and
yeah,
Tarantino, and he did that. Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah, it was like yeah, he kind of was a parody of the Grindhouse movies, and
yeah,
he had Death Proof and Planet Terror.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, those
yeah,
are good. I like Planet
yeah.
Terror,
I
and
love
Yeah, me
those.
too.
yeah, they
Yeah.
said that it was just a the Death Proof movie was just a reimagining. That was a retelling of a story that was actually a real movie, but
Oh,
Mm,
yeah, they
really?
just redid it for that one. And I mean, they kept it really true to theme. Like he said in the comments, "Schoolgirls and Chains." The main theme they had in a
Mm,
lot of these movies, it was that was the time in the '70s where it was come out to Hollywood and become a star. And they had a one thing they had a lot of it was a lot of young faces, and there was a lot of girls that wanted to be movie stars.
right.
So they could
right.
have them in these movies, and you had a lot of beautiful girls in these movies that were had some movies were good, some were had questionable themes, but they were just
Mhm.
they were coming out and they were being seen on the big screen. And
Right.
Mhm.
that was a pretty big deal.
Right. Okay.
See, now the comments are blowing up and I'm way behind.
So, talking about women in chains, like, are those women behind bars, that weird subgenre, is that considered like an exploitation movie? You
Yeah,
know, like women in jail, women behind bars, those
exactly. and
kind of
that and
movies,
that is a
right?
reoccurring theme in a lot of
Yeah,
movies. Women behind chains,
yeah.
babes in space, themes like that. And then
Hmm.
even in the horror section, it gets a little bit more risque
Yeah.
with
But it's a
yeah.
good like Japanese movie like that, like the women in jail type. It's called like
Was that
Female
Scorpion?
Prisoner or something.
Was it
Yeah, that one.
Scorpion? Female
Yes, yes,
prisoner? Someone
yes,
else? Yeah,
yes.
yeah, she
I
was
love
dope. It
that
was a
one.
good movie.
Yeah, that girl was so badass. I love that
Yeah, like I said, in some cases it was like I said, it was misogyny gone wild with the directors and the way they were doing some of the movies. But in some cases, I guess if they were trying to make a point, I guess they did, and they did
movie.
get cult followings. People wanted to, they were coming back to the theaters to see part two and part three and part four.
Yeah, they made a lot of those Scorpion movies too. I
Oh
think they
yeah,
made like four of them or something.
oh yeah. The
Yeah.
same thing with the kung fu movies and things like that. But yeah, the in the horror section, it got really risque. There was it they did a lot of different things, like the movie Wizard of Gore in 1970. That's my jam. I like Wizard of Gore, and I like the remake. It's about
Mhm.
a magician, and on stage he's killing these women. He's doing these tricks like sawing women in half and things like that,
Right.
and he's making it look so real, and people are like, "Oh, he's killing these," but the women are fine. Like they
Yeah.
walk
Mhm.
off stage, they walk away from it, but the next day, you know, they're found dead or something's happened to them, and they're like, how is he doing this? So it's like, how does it happen? So it's kind of a who done it, but it's a horror because of the gore. It was really a lot of
Mhm.
body gore in the movie, and yeah, it was really
Right.
enjoyable. I like the remake too.
Adding it to my list of
Oh
Me
yeah,
movies to
too.
watch.
yeah, the Wizard
Ice
of
Lord
Gore.
is asking, would Thriller be considered a grindhouse?
Yes. I
Terrence
want to
says
say
it
yes.
is.
I'm going to say yes. Yes, it is. Thriller is a grindhouse, definitely.
And Ice Lord said they call her One
They
Eye.
call her One Eye. I cannot find that anywhere free to watch. I cannot find
Ah,
it anywhere free to watch. Some of the my earliest memory of Grindhouse movies. I know I'm a baby face, but I was born in 1983, and so like my earliest memory of Grindhouse would be when I started watching USA Up All Night with Gilbert Godfrey, R.I.P.
right.
Gilbert Godfrey.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Joe Bob Briggs movies and things like that. They would show some like later on in the night. Sometime they would have really, you know, the like the stranger and the older horror movies. It's like, what is this? But
right.
they weren't really censoring a whole lot back then.
Right.
So
No.
early, mid
Oh,
'80s, late '80s, early '90s, it wasn't really too much censoring.
right. Um, Terrence says people seem to have widely different opinions about I Spit on Your Grave as far as it being
Uh,
exploitative. I haven't actually, I didn't realize there's an original one. I have only seen the
Hmm.
remake,
you've
actually.
Yeah,
I
never
didn't
seen the
realize that.
original? Oh
No, I
yeah. The
wow,
haven't.
original has got a. It's on the list. It's
it's
it's one of
wild.
those infamous movies that I spit on your grave things. It was banned. It was banned in West Germany. It was banned in Ireland, Norway, Iceland, places like that. They had
Right,
the original scene. It was pretty graphic, and
right,
it was not to be mentioned here, but it was 30 minutes in length. The original,
Yeah,
and then all of that. So it was pretty,
right.
it's pretty
for
messed up.
even for that time, people were like, "Whoa, what is this?" But
Yeah,
it's one of
I
those
think even
things.
for nowadays, that scene is pretty
Oh yeah.
fucked
Oh
up.
yeah.
Cause
Even in the
like,
remake, it was still whoa,
yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah,
I
it's one
agree.
of those because it's on the mainstream horror list. It's on my mainstream horror list because a lot of people viewed it. A lot of and the more even back then when you wanted to keep people away from something, you're going to create a buzz for it. People are going to
Right.
want to see it. So
Yeah.
that's what drove the movie underground, but that's what also created its cult following.
Right.
mhm,
You know.
It's
yeah,
a
that movie was wild.
pretty popular film even now, right? Like there's a
Yeah,
lot of people
Yeah,
definitely. It's
talking
still
about
it's
it.
yeah, like I said, it's on a lot of lists. People still
it's
enjoy it.
infamous.
Yep.
Yeah, it is infamous. So I was gonna ask,
Um,
does anybody did anybody in the list? What's The Hills Have Eyes? I say, what does anybody else have to say? They're like their favorite.
Yeah,
Because I
The
got a
Hills
top
Have
10, but
Eyes,
it's only 9 movies.
classic.
yeah, Terrence is saying that movie's a pro feminist.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
spit on your
Yeah,
grave.
the
Yeah, it's
directors,
very weird.
I don't
yeah, their
know.
idea of empowerment for women back then
Yeah,
was strange. But I
Very
gotta say,
weird. Yeah.
especially in the '70s, there was still things to admire. I did love the time of the '70s was just a strange time. I love the
yeah.
Right.
fashion. Like here I'm dressed down pretty good. I got my pinhead shirt on and everything, but I love the fashion then. I love the suspenders, the shirts, like
Right.
and the women were beautiful then. I love the hair. I love Pam Grier. I'm still crushing on Pam Grier. So
Yeah, her hair was
yeah,
gorgeous.
yeah, she did a lot of movies then. Coffee, Cleopatra Jones, Foxy Brown.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm still a big fan. And then she came out in the remakes, the Jackie Brown movies, Quentin Tarantino.
Right.
Right.
I've seen Foxy Brown. One
You
I
seen
have
it?
seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in
You seen any of you
person.
saw those? Yeah, those are good movies. I love them.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Like I said,
Oh,
probably for the time that I saw those movies, I probably shouldn't have been watching them. Shouldn't have been viewing those movies. But
right. Well, haven't we all watched movies we shouldn't be viewing at our time?
Well,
yeah,
you
there's a lot of
especially.
violence. Yeah, there was a lot of
Yeah.
violence and nudity in the movies, but it was fine. But like I said, there's the Charles Bronson movies. You had the Death Wish movies and things like that were out, and his movies were very good. Like the action movies were really violent.
Right.
So,
Hmm.
but that was a reoccurring theme. A lot of movies, Chained Heat.
Chained Heat.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, they had a lot of those movies. During the time on television, they had a couple of things, big ups for horror. There was a lot going on television at the time. And horror, there was Dark Shadows, but Dark Shadows was like 1966 to 71.
Right.
But
Yeah, I
I
keep
mean, it
hearing
was
about that one.
yeah, and it was on television. It was black and white. A lot of the earlier seasons were black and white, but it was vampires, werewolves. They had witches and warlocks. There was a
Hmm.
lot of early themes of horror in the
Right.
time, so that was cool for horror. And Svengoolie was out in the
Yeah.
'70s and things like that. You could now you look back on it, you're like, oh man, that's like so grind. That's really grind. You look back at Svengoolie and his cut scenes and everything like that between his episodes.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I know a
I
lot of
guess
people
I do
remember
know a lot
Svengoolie.
about this, actually. I just didn't think I did. I was a kid
Yeah,
in the 70s, though, so.
yeah, a lot of it falls into the category. She Wolf of the SS. I watched Ilsa, She Wolf of the SS, and it was a lot of Nazis in that movie. But I couldn't post anything on Instagram about the movie because
Right.
it got it's
Yeah, that would be awkward.
prohibited, and I'm like, what? It's about the movie. It's literally art. But I guess you're
It
right.
would be weird.
Yeah, I think it's a little stranger. A lot of those movies, like the titles, the posters. I'm like, yeah, I can't post these. This is insane.
Hi, Death Central.
Hi,
How you
Death Central.
doing?
What's going
Thanks
on?
for stopping by. Wizard of Gore, Terrence is
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. Wizard of
Yeah,
Gore.
you mentioned
It's a
that.
good movie. Like I said, you got to check it out. The remake had the Suicide Girls in it, and some pretty good names. It was a good movie.
Hey,
It was a
Cal.
really good movie. I really enjoyed Wizard of Gore. That's the first on my list, but that's came out in 1970. That was like trying to
Terrence
set
says
a
you'd
tone
love
for
it,
body
girly.
horror.
Okay, well, like I said, I put it on my list.
Yeah, especially
So,
if you like whodunits and because there's a
and
mystery
gore.
appeal to the movie. You're gonna want to know,
Uh-huh.
how things are happening.
Yeah, I'll check it out definitely.
Echo, hey,
They
Echo,
said,
how's it going?
Echo.
"What's going on, Echo?"
Oh, and the comment section disappeared. Okay.
Oh, what happened? What'd you
I
do?
apparently I went too fast. So, okay, let me scroll back here.
Catching up with the comments. Have
Yeah,
you
well, I'm
guys?
on my phone, so it goes
Another
goofy
one you guys should
sometimes.
check out is Bay of Blood.
Bay of Blood.
Bay
Yeah.
of Blood. That's so familiar.
Oh yeah, you should. If you watch Bay of Blood, there's gonna be a lot of WTF moments. You're gonna be like, wait a minute, that looks
Mm,
really familiar, but there's
okay.
gonna be a lot. You can see there's gonna be some movies that you can see like, whoa, they copied this like entire movie almost. They just changed the killer, they
Wow.
changed the scenes
Yeah, yeah.
somewhat,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them are, and
Okay.
one of them is really really popular.
Terrence is
I don't
saying
Okay.
know.
pink flamingos.
I didn't
Ew.
see it, but I've heard a
I
lot
hate
about
that
it.
movie, to be
I've heard
honest.
about it, but I have not seen it.
Why
It's
did you
just
hate it?
gross. It's
The
just
gross.
gross.
I
Like
Is
haven't
it?
seen. Really, is
not
it?
in a good
Now I kind
way.
of want to see it.
Not in a good way. No, it's just
Okay.
I don't know. I just didn't like it. I know there are a lot of people like it. I just was watching it like I don't. I guess because when it came, I watched it. I heard so many things about it. It's like a cult classic, and so many people like it. I'm watching it like, what the fuck do
Is it a
people
horror
like
movie?
about this shit?
It's a
Not
horror. It's a
really.
grindhouse. I know it's a grindhouse thing.
It's
Came out in the
more of like
'70s, but
it's more of like a dark comedy or something.
a dark comedy. I can live with that.
Yeah,
Let me look up. Add Pink Flamingos to my list.
I'm
Check
not a
that out for
I'm
fan.
sure.
gonna put this
It
on the
has an
list.
infamous scene in there where
Oh
a
man,
person is eating dog poop and it's like for real. Like the person actually ate dog shit on camera for this movie. And it's like
method actors. What are you gonna
yeah,
do?
method actors.
What are you gonna do? Some
That's why I
people.
couldn't be an actress. I couldn't eat no dog shit on camera.
They getting close. That movie, Sodom, the 120 Days of Sodom.
Salo. But at least it
Yeah,
wasn't
Salo.
real shit they was eating in that one. It wasn't
Yeah,
actual.
that movie. But the whole
But it
theme
sure
behind
looked
them
like
even
shit.
making that movie was
Yeah,
insane.
that's another movie that's just gross. Yeah.
Yeah, the book
Yeah.
and the writer and
Mm.
just
Mm-mm.
you just know you're gonna walk into something insane with knowing
Yep.
that was gonna be made into a
That
movie.
shit that shit eating scene. Like that's
Oh
the main
man.
thing I remember about the movie.
Yeah. See, you've seen a
Yeah.
lot of those movies then.
Yeah, like Cameron said, sometimes you don't realize that you've seen those movies. You just kind of watch it and you don't know that those
Hmm.
are what's
Yeah.
classified as those kind of movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because a
Yeah.
lot of those movies came out during the time.
Wasn't I Spit on Your Grave one of the Video Nasty movies? Wasn't it? I think it was, right? Like it sounds like it would be
Oh no, I
considered
Spit
a
on Your
Video
Grave.
Nasty.
It might have
Yeah,
been.
probably. It sounds like it would be.
Yeah, they had The Omen come out during those times too. That was a good one.
Terrence says he saw I Spit on Your Grave when he was 15 and
Oh
was depressed
man.
for a
Oh
fortnight.
man. I,
That's the age
I
you
didn't
Yeah.
see to be depressed.
Yeah, I didn't see.
Yeah.
I actually didn't see I Spit on Your Grave until much later.
Me
Yeah, me
Much,
either.
too.
much later.
I've seen it when I was like in my 20s, probably.
Really? Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
think actually, yeah,
like in my
probably
mid
about
20s
nineteen
or
twenty
something.
when I saw Spit on Your Grave because yeah, you guys. But like
And
I said,
I think I saw the remakes like before the original, or maybe not. I don't remember for sure.
Very true, Terrence. Very true.
Or did you say
yeah,
she does guys drunk coffee, a girl pop? Well, yeah,
yeah, it was girl power in the second one too. It was
girl
man,
power,
revenge
I
is
guess.
wow. It was crazy.
But back in those times, they always thought that a woman had to get raped for character development. For her to like
Yeah,
start fast, she had to get raped
yeah.
or something.
Unfortunately, they had a lot
That's
of those movies. That was
offensive.
the big theme in some of those
Yeah,
things, and there was a lot of creep movies. You look at movies
yeah.
like Miss 45. It was like
I've
Miss
never seen that.
45. It was a 1970s movie, and that was like that was like the thing that pushed the main character to like become who she became. It was she
Yeah,
was
a lot
constantly
of
harassed, and it was kind of like walking down the street. She was harassed by men at work. She was harassed by men. A man broke into her house. She got a gun to protect herself, and she started, Then you got the dark psychology of the character, but yeah, it was a reoccurring theme in that character. But that was one of those movies where it kind of, there was a
yeah,
point in the story for, some of the things that happened, and
yeah.
with the visuals. So
I don't like that trope though. Like that's what has to happen to a woman for them to become badass and start kicking ass. Like that's fucking offensive.
yeah,
Yeah.
Pam Grier was in a lot of movies, man. She was in a lot of movies, and I loved her in Birdcage.
Yeah, she was in a lot of movies. Somebody said before that the video nasty list is not nasty enough. I agree. Like a lot of the movies that's on the video nasty list, they not really that bad.
Yeah, some of them aren't too bad.
For real. Like I mean, I guess for those standards back in those days. But
Hmm.
now it's like, man,
Yeah, they got Requiem for a Vampire. I watched that one. That was pretty good too. Like more 70s. It was real, gritty the way they shot it, the cinematography, but it was like, not much logic for what the characters are doing, but it had a lot of the 70s grindhouse tropes. It had beautiful girls, and then there were vampires, and it was like from dusk till dawn, It was,
oh, I love that
it
movie
was like
too.
from dusk till dawn. That's what it really reminded
Yeah.
me of. I was like, this is crazy, but it was
Mm.
early movie, and it was a gritty movie, but it was good.
Thinking of From Dusk Till Dawn, wouldn't it be like a modern day Grindhouse type of a movie? It definitely has kind of like the feel for it, I feel like.
Yeah, but there's no way that movie was low budget. There is no low
Well,
budget about that
Right.
from dusk till
I guess
dawn.
you're
That
right
was
about
all.
that.
It
Right,
was
right,
all gas.
right, right.
You had those big name actors. You had
Yeah.
these.
Yeah, but the special
True.
effects kind of look like it could have been shit. Like the special
Yeah,
effects
they
look
did some.
cheesy as
They did some
hell.
practical. They used some practical effects in that. So
It looks
yeah,
cheesy.
yeah. There were some parts they could have made cheesier.
Yeah, I enjoy it though. It's a good movie.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
Oh,
love
was
from
this
dusk
thing's
till dawn.
talking
That's my
about
jam.
Sleepaway Camp.
Sleepaway camp. That's always gonna be living in
classic.
for me.
That's a crazy movie how it ends. If you know, then you know the ending for Sleepaway Camp. Like,
On
uh,
yeah, on television, another one they had besides from Svengoolie was Carl Shack, the no, Kolchak, the Night Stalker.
Night Stalker.
That
Yep.
was that was great. And
I watched that when I was a kid.
I started watching it because of the Sci-Fi Channel. It used to come on the Sci-Fi Channel. I
Right.
want to say on Fridays at about like
Yep.
7 or 8 o'clock or something
Yep.
like that. And my mom used to watch it. My mother used to watch it. And I used to always walk by her while she's watching it. And I guess one day I just finally sat down. I'm like, what are you watching? And it's like, a monster? What's going on in this? And she was like, oh, my mom, I used to watch this when I was younger. And I'm like, what? When did this come out? Find out it came out in like, what, 74?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and they had a lot of good seasons of that. But
Yep.
Kolchak the Night Stalker was really good.
Yeah, I
I
loved
became a
that.
fan. I
That
became
was
a
the
big fan.
first horror that I ever
Hmm.
watched when
Yeah,
I was a kid. I think
it
I
set a
watched it in
tone.
'74.
Yeah, it created a lot of horror fans. The monsters they had, it was like creatures from different countries, so it was different lore and mythologies, and there were
Yep.
a lot of good stories. Like you'd
There
be rooting
was.
for them, but in the end, you get pictures of the monster, and the police would break the camera. So
Yeah. Yeah. It was very creepy. Very,
yeah,
very
you'd be ready to
creepy.
blow the top off the whole operation, and the police would break the camera, or the Men in Black would show up, and
Yeah, yeah.
but it was good. It was a really good TV show.
Yeah, it
I
was.
encourage people to go find that if they can find
And
that.
rewatch. Yeah, they just re-released that in 4K, I think, last year or a few months ago.
Oh
The
man,
rape scene in Death Wish is surprisingly
yeah,
graphic.
with Jeff Goldblum, yeah, and Jeff. A lot of people, yeah, I love the Death Wish movies, and people forget Jeff Goldblum. A lot of these actors were young guys once, and they were extras in movies, and
I didn't
yeah,
know that.
he was one of the psychos in
Me
that movie, one of the
neither.
gang members.
Yep,
Mm.
have to
I
rewatch
gotta,
that one
I
for
Yeah,
gotta
oh, I
sure.
rewatch
love
that
Death
too because
Wish.
I don't even remember Jeff
I don't
Oh
remember
Goldblum.
that
man,
either.
the Death
Yeah,
Wish movies.
Really?
Oh, they were
it's been so
great.
long.
Yeah, I've
And
seen that like years ago.
Bronson is the man. Bronson is the man. But yeah, Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, there was
I
some.
definitely gotta rewatch it. Like I don't remember
oh,
him in there at all.
Oh
Definitely
yeah,
gotta rewatch.
the action movies were something else. Cause yeah, I'm looking at my list because that was the time. Yeah, like I said, a lot of the kung fu movies came out at the time. But Blackula, that was a big one. A lot of people remember Blackula, but I remember when I watched it, I was actually scared. They had actually creepy movies because he was killing a lot of people in that movie. It wasn't like a campy Dracula movie or like a campy
Right,
exploitation movie. He was like killing a lot of people in that movie, and
right,
they were coming back as zombie vampires chasing people. And I was like, man, Blackula was good. It's a
right.
really
I
good
used to
movie.
think it was I used to think it was gonna be cheesy, but it's
Yeah,
actually like a lot more like straightforward, whatever.
yeah,
Than
like
you
they were
expect.
acting. They were actors in that movie. It was a good
Yeah, shocking. Because I really thought it was gonna be cheesy as hell.
did
yeah,
I
it
Sinful
was
Dwarf. What's
Sinful
that?
Dwarf?
What's that?
a
Anybody
sinful
seen
dwarf.
that?
I don't think I've
What's
seen
that
Sounds
one
this.
about?
interesting.
Ice
Let
Lord?
me look that up. That sounds
Sinful
interesting.
dwarf.
That
Oh
sounds like
man,
some weird shit.
if it's a man, if it's the thing about dwarves, you got to see that movie about um, was it the mutations? The mutations.
Interesting.
I think it's got
Well, I
another
just
name.
googled it. The thumbnail for that Sinful Dwarf movie looks interesting. Look at that face.
The Freak Maker. It's got two names. The Mutations and the Freak Maker came out in 1974. Yeah, they
Okay.
had a lot of Mario Baba. Yeah, there were a lot of directors doing.
All right, let me add that to my list real quick because it sounds
Yeah,
interesting.
Bay of Blood was a good
Bay
movie.
of
It
Blood.
was a really good movie. Like I said, I recommend it. If you watch Bay of Blood, you're gonna be like, whoa, Twitch
Twitch
of
of
the
the
Death
Death
Nerve.
Nerve.
Yeah, and that was some parts. It was more of a less. Bay of Blood started off as a whodunit. Yeah, yeah. If it wasn't for Bay of Blood, you probably
Wouldn't have seen Friday the 13th.
yeah. That's why you got to watch Bay of Blood. You're gonna be like, wait a minute, I know I've seen this scene before.
Right.
Hmm,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. They did a good job. A lot of practical effects in that movie.
So
They
you're
didn't have a
telling
choice.
me Friday the 13th ripped off that other movie? Okay.
Oh man. Oh, Echo gets it.
Oh,
There's a lot
okay.
going on in that movie.
This
Like I
is
said, you
better to
guys'
even
comment
know.
section is on point. I could just bring a movie up and they're gonna start. They're already gonna take off with it. That's crazy.
Told ya.
Yeah,
They watch a
they know
lot of
their
stuff.
stuff.
Iceland said John
So,
Waters movies are the best.
I know
so
Nye. She likes Nye was doing. She was saying they had what is it? Animal movies, movies with animals in them with animal theme. They
mm,
did do a lot of Grindhouse with animals. I was looking and because I remember watching it on USA Up All Night once again. Um, Food of the Gods. There's a movie called Food of the Gods. It's a movie. It's a monster movie about rats. That
Right.
was a great movie. That was a really good
okay.
movie. I really liked it. Um, Ben came out then too, but that was more mainstream because Ben got a remake. Food of the Gods hasn't gotten a remake. Deserves a remake.
So is that movie about the redneck that feeds people to his pet crocodile or alligator or whatever? Is that a Grindhouse movie? Oh God, what's the name of that?
I know what you're talking about. I
Eaten,
watched it because
Eaten Alive, Eaten Alive.
Matt told me to watch it.
Yeah.
The guy who did
Hi, Jamie Gore. Is that a Grindhouse movie? That crocodile thing?
I don't know who released it. I don't know if it's probably shot
Um,
very poor quality, but
yeah, it is pretty damn low
yeah,
budget,
but I don't
I
know
will
if it
tell
I don't
you.
know if it
And
was a
like,
main if a studio
young,
released it.
what's his name? The actor that played Freddy Krueger. Oh my God, what the fuck's wrong with me? What's the actor that played Freddy Krueger name?
Anglin?
Yeah, he's in it, like when he's young and stuff.
Yeah, you see a lot of those guys in these early movies. You're like, wait a minute.
Right? You recognize them, like, I know you from somewhere.
I wonder how many of their fans knew them from those movies or went back and saw those movies with them in it.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, Driller Killer, Terrence says. Oh my God, I gotta watch that.
oh yeah, they had a lot of slashers
I gotta
back then. There was
definitely watch
definitely a
that.
lot of slashers in that one. The Legend of Hell House, that was an early one. That was a lot more like House on Haunted Hill. A lot of movies gotta because it was a supernatural movie. Psychics going into a supernatural house where things happen. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that came out before Amityville Horror, but um, it was definitely an early movie for like paranormal horror and things like that.
Right.
It was a
Right.
pretty good movie.
Echo saying they not only did a remake, but they did a direct sequel to the original I Spit on Your Grave called I Spit on Your Grave Deja Vu.
Oh, but that
On Your
sucks
Grave Deja
though.
Vu. I don't think I've
Well, I
seen
mean,
that
not
one.
the
I
first
don't think
one was
so
great, but
either.
they disrespected that girl from the first movie. They killed her off,
And
and
Deja
then
Vu.
yeah, they killed her off,
Oh.
and then I think her daughter like takes over or some shit like that. Like her daughter also, I think, gets raped and
Oh.
With
some
this
shit, and
movie and
then
that theme.
yeah, I know, right? And then her daughter goes like kills the bad guys, some shit like that.
Oh
Dan
man.
saying Man Behind the Sun. Some people consider
Ooh,
it legitimate because it's based on a real World War II event, but it's
right. It
pretty
has some
gross.
fucked up scenes in it.
Men Behind the Sun. I don't think I've seen Men
Yeah.
Behind the Sun.
It's like about some soldiers, like Japanese soldiers experimenting on prisoners of war.
Oh
Okay.
no. I haven't seen that one. I haven't.
Yeah, they do some fucked up shit to them.
Yeah.
Oh man. Like I said, that was a lot of the themes, especially in a lot of the Grindhouse movies with Nazi themes and
Yeah.
women and experimenting
And
on people.
movies about people like experimenting on people, that's some fucked up shit because people used to do that back in the day,
Yeah, that's the
taking
thing.
those
That's the
things.
whole theme of these body horror movies is just the things people do to the mutilation, and that's what's so graphic about it, and that's why a lot of these movies
Yeah.
got the ratings they got. So
You've seen the Coho one. No, I haven't seen that yet.
yeah,
It
if
was
you like
mentioned earlier. I gotta
the
watch this.
prisoner, yeah, if you like Prisoner
I'm
Scorpion, you'll
I'm
like the They Call
adding
Her One Eye.
that to my list too. See, I have so many movies to add to my list today. I'm gonna add that to the list too.
Oh
Oh, sorry, I
man,
took it down.
this is a deep rabbit hole.
Coho
This
one.
is a deep rabbit hole for this genre.
Yeah.
Popular.
No, yeah, everybody's seen because, like I said, everybody's seen a lot of these movies. It's just with us, either you've seen them in the action aspect, you've seen a lot of the kung fu movies. You're a fan of like the old kung fu movies,
Right.
the Flying Guillotine movies, or the Five Deadly Venom movies, which I am a huge fan of.
Okay,
The
it's
Shaw
I'm
Brothers
sorry.
films, or
Sorry,
you.
is the Coho one eye has like a different name because when I try to look it up, something else pops up, like it says Thriller, A Cruel Picture. Is that like the other name for that movie?
Only time I've seen it is the They Call Her One Eye, but
Because when I type
I usually
that,
go through the
literally this
mainstream
other
channels
thing pops up. So that's kind of weird.
Hmm.
for the They Call Her One Eye.
So maybe it has like more than one name. Anyway, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, you got to see that movie. It was pretty good.
Cal's
I
talking
think
about Near
sometimes they
Dark.
change names for the movie.
That's stupid.
Yeah, a lot of these movies are hard to find. Some of these, but like I
Near
said,
Dark for the first time, a little
I
overrated.
know YouTube itself actually has a lot of them. If you go into their list is actually up. When I pulled up, like I just put
Oh.
in Grindhouse movies. You just
Yep.
go on YouTube and you just put in Grindhouse
Yeah.
movies. The playlist that they have is actually pretty impressive because I was like,
Wow.
wow, I couldn't even pull it. Was I have to download 4 apps to watch that on my television, but YouTube
Right.
actually has a lot of them just
Okay, that's good to
for
know.
free viewing.
Yeah.
So
Same with YouTube though. When you see a movie you want to watch on there, better watch this shit right now, because you don't know when they're gonna take that shit
Yeah.
I never use YouTube. I'm never on it.
down.
But like, I watch it.
Yeah.
I watch some videos and stuff like that, like my regular YouTube channels. I watch Curly, and now I watch Ocean, and I got people. I
Ah,
got friends
okay.
on YouTube now. But as far as a channel, an independent channel, I don't have one. I don't know.
So you
Terrence
just do
says,
your
what about those
podcast?
pro
Oh,
Mondo
sorry.
documentaries?
Yeah, I just do my podcast.
Anybody watch those? The Mondo documentaries, like Mondo Kane or whatever it's called. I think I
No.
saw the
Mondo
first
documentaries. No,
one. I think I saw the first one, the Mondo Kane or whatever.
what are they
I
about?
can't remember. I, it's like same style as like Faces of Death, I guess, but it's
Oh, okay.
Right.
more but it has like some racist undertone to it, I believe. I don't remember for sure.
Is it
I think
older
it's
movie,
like
or is it?
one of those Italian documentaries, I believe, and it probably was around Faces of Death or something, maybe a
S-
little earlier.
well, speaking of Italian movies, you have like during that time, the American Grindhouse movies, because Grindhouse was it's an American thing and it's an American term, but the European countries started putting out a lot of early movies as well, in
Yep.
the same style. And since you said an Italian movie, Jesus Franco was making a lot of movies. He did a lot of movies. Some like the ratings on these movies, it was strange. Like, some movies were just solid X ratings before they got made it over here to the country. Some were unrated, like some were R, but R was risky, back then. R's
Right,
were risky. So, but he was doing a lot of movies too. They were doing a lot of psychological movies. Like I said, with Kubrick, he was doing his movies.
right.
They had
Off
a lot of
topic,
foreign
but
hits.
isn't it funny how the rating systems changed? Like back in the day, movies that now would be damn near R-rated, back in the day, PG.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Was it crazy the stuff we could see back
This
then?
I
shit
went
was so
And
funny
then
to
it
me. Like,
changed. It yeah, it was so
yeah.
strange.
I went to the movies to see RoboCop. So yeah.
Right? And RoboCop actually fucked me up as a kid. As a kid, I was
Yeah, I
like,
went to
damn,
go
this is
see
so
it. And I
scary.
loved it as a kid, but I went to go see RoboCop, and it was
As
like,
a kid, I was freaking out watching that. But
it was,
like, yeah, like nowadays, they wouldn't let a kid watch that. That's rated R nowadays.
yeah.
So
I'm like, they
forget
didn't.
about it.
When everybody was like, oh, they're gonna do a RoboCop remake, and I was like, okay,
I had to
I
that's
had
try
a
cool.
to
Are they
top
gonna
that.
do the
stash.
scene? What's up, Stash? I'm like, huh? Are
Sorry,
they
I'm
gonna
just
do the
getting caught
scene?
up.
And they're like, what scene? I'm like, the one where he got shot. And they're like, no. I'm like, oh, it's not a RoboCop movie then. I don't want to see
Right.
it. I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, the remake, they
Yeah,
disrespected my movie
a lot of watered down. A lot of watered down.
called Death Trap or Eaten
Death
Alive.
Trap or
Okay,
Eaten
that's the movie
Alive.
with the crocodile.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
the
or the
crocodile.
alligator or whatever. Yeah.
Well, they had the movie Alligator too. Oh, they had Alligator that came
Yeah,
out in
it's
the
on, you know,
1970s.
one of them alligator movies on Shudder now.
Yeah, did you get to watch it?
I
Yep.
watched both of them and like I still like the first one. I liked it as a kid. I
Yeah,
still
me
like the
too.
first one.
Yeah,
But
I remember that one from like,
the second one is so mad. I was like, oh my god, what is this shit?
yeah, the first one. I remember that one as a kid. I saw that one when
Yeah,
I was younger,
it's fun.
and
I love the
yeah,
wedding scene.
yeah, man, the part in the pool, that was the
Yeah,
part
that
that
shit was
messed.
epic.
That was the part that scared me the most, man, because my sister used to bully me, man, especially when we were learning to swim. So like,
Yeah.
I could imagine me being the kid in the pool. She was make walk the plank. So like, no, I
Mm.
hated that movie. I hated that movie when I
I
was younger.
think as a kid, I actually believed that if you like throw a little crocodile or a little baby alligator in a toilet, that is
That
gonna
it would
grow up in a
grow.
so
It definitely
yeah.
made me think that that could happen, man. Man,
I
that movie
actually
messed me
believe
up.
that shit.
So that
Who
was a
would
Yeah.
good
who
animal
would
movie.
buy their child a baby alligator?
Right,
What is
right.
wrong
Like,
with
what
that
the
That was
family?
crazy.
fuck,
That was
bitch?
crazy.
Like, why would you buy that for a kid? You don't realize it's gonna grow. What you
Yeah,
gonna do?
it's gonna get big. Who buys a kid an alligator? Who buys, who
Back in the
does that?
Motherfucking
70s, that's what they
dog.
did.
Yeah, the logic back then, like I said, the character logic was, you know,
Yeah.
it was definitely B-rated 80s logic.
At
Yeah.
least the dad had some sense. As soon as he came home, he was like, "Oh hell no!"
Yeah, we're not doing this. but I liked it. There was a whole
Ah.
police standoff with the alligator, and
It
it
was
was
so
insane.
funny. I love that
Yeah,
movie.
it's a good one.
I think it's kind of sad that the girl never realized that that was her pet alligator doing that shit. I was waiting for some like emotional scene where
Yeah,
she's
there's
like,
gonna be
"Oh,
she's gonna
oh,"
look in his eyes.
like,
You do
little
remember me.
my baby.
They're talking
Oh
about Driller
shit.
Killer,
That's gonna be
Mm.
crazy.
Eaten
I gotta see
Alive.
this driller killer. They keep going. They're going crazy
Toby
about this in
Hooper,
the comments.
right? That's who
Toby
directed
Hooper.
it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Matt Wisniewski. He told me to watch that movie. We talked about it on the podcast, and I checked it out after that, and I was like, "Whoa, this movie is crazy." Because I asked him, I said, "If there's any movie that you would, since he's a director, I said, there's any movie you could reimagine or anything like that, what movie would it be? What movie would you like to remake?" And he was like, "That's the movie." He said he would like to remake. He said
Mm.
he's like, "Man, I got to make the alligator look better." But he
Well,
said, other than that,
maybe he should.
yeah,
Shit,
he
if
said,
Who are
other
everyone
than
you?
that, I
watches
keep
the
everything the
same.
same.
Who are you talking to?
Matt Wisniewski.
Okay.
He did the Curly. We both reviewed his movie Puppet, the Puppet
Yeah,
movie, Puppet
it's like a
Story.
short film. It's really insane.
Right. Yeah.
I'm mad at myself now because I can't remember the name of his
It's the
That's
oh my god, now
Puppet
me
Hunter.
neither. What the fuck?
He's gonna be mad. He's gonna be so mad at
Oh,
me if
you're
he's
gonna
listening.
kill
If he
us.
listens to this.
Wait, let me look it up before you
Google
kill
it
us.
quick.
Yeah, let me. Shit,
Yeah, I
everybody
got a
shut up.
promo, my
I'm
boy.
looking at
But
it as fast as
yeah,
I
he said if
can.
there's. I asked him. I said if there's any movie that you would like to remake, what would it be? And he said, yeah, it would be Toby
Okay,
Hooper's
it's
Eating
called the
Alive.
Toy Terminator.
Toy
I don't know
Terminator.
how
Toy
how we
Terminator.
forgot that. How you forget that? Like how we forgot that? What the fuck?
I'm sorry. I'm
Me
sorry.
too.
I work hard.
Damn, must be my early Alzheimer's setting in
Yeah.
already. Like shit.
To all the viewers out there, if you guys get a chance, check out Toy Terminator, Matt Wisniewski. You guys will.
Yeah,
It's a trip.
it's a
You're gonna watch it a couple of times.
Okay.
That's
crazy
Grindhouse.
movie.
That is
Real
that's
crazy.
Grindhouse. That it was. You could play that between movies. It
Right.
was
For
great.
sure. Yeah.
It would freak the
Uh,
audience out.
Trash Test is saying, since she dies, they should have called it I Spit on My Own Grave.
No,
Was
I
that the
guess.
revenge one?
Yeah, the revenge one, the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
deja vu one. Yeah, might as
Okay, maybe I
well.
did see that one.
They shit on that movie for sure.
I think I did see that one then.
You probably did. I mean, shit, like, but it's nothing to really like write home about or remember.
A Cruel
Yeah.
Picture is the X rated cut. They call Her One Eye is the R rated cut.
Mm.
What is
Sounds
it?
good already. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, that's that other. Oh, okay. So it is. See, that's what I said. Like that, it has a different name to it. Okay.
they removed 30 seconds of footage from Clockwork Orange to bring it from X rating to an R rating.
Wow.
It took removing 30 seconds of footage from a scene to bring it to
30
the R
seconds.
rating.
Wow.
What happened in 30
It,
seconds
it was
though?
it was a sexual,
Oh,
explicit scene,
okay.
but they removed 30 seconds of footage from it, and that brought the movie down to an R rating, which was able to release it in theaters, but it still got banned in some countries.
Oh,
So
very
might as
nice.
well have kept it in since it
Yeah,
got
huge
banned
cult following. At
anyway.
least it came out in America. It's usually the thing. You make a
Well,
movie somewhere else, you
most
want it to be
movies
big
that
in
are
America.
most movies that are banned in other countries are usually shown in America.
Yeah, yeah. We'll
Like
show you want you want to be big over here.
what movie is banned here, honestly?
True.
I
Yeah, because
can't think of nothing that is like banned here.
even some of the harder to find films, like even like with like I said, with questionable storylines and things like that, and, you know, just off the wall, like you can still like they you can't buy them in stores and things, like that, but you can stream them and you can still rent or buy them online. But
Yeah, you can
they're
always
just
find them
extremely
somewhere.
hard to find, and that's a reason because you know
I mean,
they're infamous now.
some of those infamous movies are not even that hard to find. You just gotta know where to look.
Yeah, you just gotta know where to look
Yeah,
sometimes.
Africa ad. Oh, I hate that. I mean, not hate it. It's kind of interesting to watch, but it's like it's. Have you seen that? Anybody? You
No,
guys
I haven't
seen
seen
that?
that one.
It's like interesting to watch, but It's pretty damn
I think
racist.
Curly just sits and just watches movies. Just
Oh,
Oh,
nonstop.
when we had on the show, I told you I was like, I was like, I don't even gotta even think about it. I know you watch more movies than me. I
Oh,
like to think I
nonstop.
watch a lot of
Yeah,
movies.
nonstop.
I like to think that I watch a
no.
lot of horror movies, a lot of indie films and things like that. But you watch a lot of film,
Yeah.
girl.
It's
You are.
awesome though. That's a
I
good
mean,
thing.
I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
that's
great when you
dope.
message with her and you're watching something, she'll be like, wait till you get to this part. You're like,
You're like,
oh,
wait a
that?
minute.
No, 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 the part. You
What
know,
is
The part.
what is it? Leave something for the rest of us to watch.
yeah.
Can I see one
Y'all,
thing before you?
listen, y'all got movies to watch before me. You can watch like The Notebook or something
Yeah, Jesus
before me.
Franco. Jesus Franco. He made a lot of movies. I'm actually gonna try to pull up some of his films if you guys get a reference for them. Some of them are pretty interesting. A lot of interesting films. Do, 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 do.
I have so many more movies to watch now from this list. It's crazy.
Yeah,
And I
Yeah.
haven't even gotten through all of the chat yet.
See,
yeah, we gotta get into this
every
list.
time y'all mention something I wanted to watch, I just look it up real quick and added it to my list on Letterboxd so I
Yep.
won't forget. That's what I've been
Yeah,
doing.
Jesus Franco had a lot of erotic horror movies. Some were gore, some were more just sensual movies because he could just get the girls to shoot them.
Right.
But
Hmm.
he did a lot of movies too. The Vampire, Lesbos, and now what I'm calling it, that's literally the title. It's just he does a lot of movies. He did a
Oh
lot of movies.
yeah, I've never seen that, but I saw a movie with that title. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's
with
a
that title.
weird.
I think there's been
Yeah,
like I
that's
don't
a
know if
weird
that's if
title.
it's the same one every time I've seen that movie. I don't
Right.
I don't know
I
if it's the
think it's
same
on.
one, but I think
It might be on Shutter. I'm not
or they're
super
like
sure.
retellings of it. But I know like I said, he used some of his movies were kind of artful because like I said, he used a lot of beautiful women from the times and
Right.
the way he
Right.
shot the movies were were pretty good. But sometimes it was just an excuse to have people topless or things like
Right.
that. So,
Goodbye, Uncle Tom. Oh, I haven't seen that yet, but
no, I've heard about it.
I've seen your review on it. Yeah, that was enough for me.
Can
But I
he
still
go?
kind of
He
want to
reviewed
watch
it.
it.
I'm gonna check out his review then.
Yeah, that movie's fucked up. I
I'm gonna
still
check
kind
it
of
See you
want
out.
to
later,
see it
Tash.
just because.
Thanks for stopping
But
by.
Thanks for coming by. But no, I
all
much
right,
prefer to
later.
do podcasting on like the radio. Like I said, I like the George Orwell feel. I like talking and just being the radio host. People hearing my voice, not seeing my face so much.
Where exactly does one acquire an alligator? That's a very good question.
Excellent question.
And I explored
Just
where
go
does
buy
one
one.
acquire an alligator? Well, according to the movie Alligator, they just like sell them on the fair. Like
Where were
it,
they? Where were they at in that movie? Was that movie
I
wasn't
think they
shot in
were
Miami, was it?
maybe. That
I don't
sounds like
know.
some Miami shit, ain't it? The
Because I
shit
know
that
there
we
were
done
police
start.
when they had the standoff with the alligator and all of that. There were like a whole
That was
sewer
that
system
was
and
that sounds something like a Florida guy would do, wouldn't it? Doesn't it?
yeah,
It
Florida
kind
man
of
did that.
do. Yeah, Florida man. Bring out all the memes.
Yeah,
Shit,
so
it sounds
like
like that shit.
so I was like since it looked like it was in a city, I just thought it was New York, and I was like, why would somebody get an alligator in New York? But what can't you buy in New
Right?
York?
Well, the sewers, the fact that it grew up in the sewers, it does sound like something that will grow up in New York sewers. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
we do
yeah,
have oversized rats in here.
yeah. That's what I
So,
heard. I heard they got huge rats.
listen, you don't want to go to New York City subway and look at the tracks, them rats scurrying around and shit, the mutant looking rats.
And
That's what I
big
mean.
spiders.
So you got to
No,
watch.
stop!
Don't
The
start.
spiders!
They're gonna remake Arachnophobia.
Stop it!
They
They
said they're
don't
gonna
need
do the
to.
remake. They're gonna do Arachnophobia again. And I don't know if I want to watch that one.
You
I could barely
always be
handle part one
trolling
as
me
a
with
kid.
them spiders or those live streams. Stop it.
Yeah.
uh,
You know I'm sensitive to those
Echo
kind of
saying
things.
image for driller killer is great and basic a class of a guy's face has his head is being drilled into.
You watch a
Sounds
lot of
good.
those trailers, And the trailers are super gory for a lot of those movies. There's nudity in the
Mm.
trailers. There's violence in the trailers. You're like, oh, I'm watching. The trailer is basically giving away everything. But
That's why I don't watch trailers anymore.
yeah, but they really try to get you to. They were trying to get people in to see those movies. But when you even
Right.
looking at the quality in the trailers, the way the movies were shot, you're like, yeah, you're gonna get what you pay for because
Yeah.
it's probably gonna be cheap to go see it, but it is really low
Right, right,
quality.
right. But
Gonna
it's
be a little
worth
tough
it.
on the eyes. So
Oh,
gonna be
sorry. My chat jumped a little bit again.
gonna be
Keeps
tough on the
doing that.
eyes.
Must be a lot of people in there today.
Well, let me see the chat. A lot of people in the chat room.
Let me look
Yeah.
at my phone real quick. Let me peek. Let me take a little peek.
I don't even want to look. I'm scared to look.
That went too nice. I think she fell asleep or something.
Yeah. Well, next time. She's
Man,
pretty
people are
tired.
really
She's
dwelling on
working a
this
lot.
alligator.
Yeah. Well,
Alligator was a good movie, man. Classic. Devil Hunter. Countess
giant
Perverse.
spiders need love too. No, they don't, Echo. Spiders don't need love. I'm looking at my phone at the comments.
Yeah.
No, spiders
Rio,
don't
the
need no
girl
love.
from Rio.
They need to like disappear.
Yeah, they have a lot of those movies. The girl
Oh,
from
I see
Rio.
Terrence brought up Caligula in the comments. Yeah, that's a
Caligula.
crazy movie. Yeah.
I don't
I've
know.
actually seen that as a kid. I had no business watching that shit.
I want to say no. Caligula
Oh
does not
god.
count as a grindhouse feature.
But it is an exploitation movie, ain't
Man, it definitely is. It's like,
it?
man, that is one of those movies in an odd space. There was a lot of, like I said, there
Yeah.
was a lot of subgenres
Yo,
in there, man. I
I
don't
was
know.
like
That's one of those movies
10,
you
I
don't really,
think. I was
I don't
like
really
10
know
when
where
I
that
seen
movie
that
would
shit. I
fall.
did not need to see that shit when I was like 10.
No, no. I think I saw it at a pretty
Because
young age too.
I think we had like somebody in my class was literally passing around the VHS. He was like, my dad has this movie. And he was passing around the Caligula VHS and everybody was watching it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fond
that's
memories.
what? That's crazy. That's how you saw it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Fond
that
memories.
movie was strange, but like I said, I was a big fan of those action movies they had at the time, like the Sonny Chiba, the Street Fighter movies. Like they were violent. They were like super violent with the fight scenes. Some of the things they would do, and it's
Hmm.
like I can see why people would like pack a theater or drive through to see some of those movies. They were like super interesting. A lot of them, like I said, like a lot more interesting than some of the movies we watch now with the violence.
Yeah.
Closest thing that gets close to some of the violence back then are your John Wick movies and things like that, where you got like these hardcore killers going through killing rooms full of guys. You had guys doing that in those 70s movies too, like Charles Bronson, like just walking around blowing guys away with the Magnum and them
Right? Just
showing
killing
holes this
motherfuckers.
big being shot in people. And it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like there was a gap
Yeah.
in between, seeing that in a movie. There were gaps.
That's just crazy. Okay, let me look at them comments on my phone since Karen went away for a bit.
I'm back.
Um,
Oh shoot.
okay.
I had to get my charger because my phone was dying.
I
Okay.
haven't even looked at my comments because
Okay, I see the spider comment.
Oh
Hey
god, stop
Anthony, how's it
trolling me with
going?
them spiders, man.
What? Caligula, you haven't heard of it, huh? Yeah, you need to go check that out, my friend.
And now he said, let me now delete my web history. Yeah, Anthony, you need to clear out your web history after that. It's going to be awkward if somebody finds it, for sure.
The movie,
Oh god.
I don't believe he hasn't heard of that. That's crazy. Hold on.
That movie is wild. And it has
Here
like,
is
what's her
the.
name that's in it? What's very interesting that's in Caligula? What's her name?
Uh,
Help me
I
out
was
with the
just looking
actress.
him up. Malcolm McDowell. He was in. He
No,
was
but
in.
the actress, the
Yeah.
woman.
Oh,
What's
the
her
woman.
name?
The one that was
Helen
in
Mir.
Drusilla.
Yeah, I think so.
Teresa
Whichever the.
Savoy.
No, 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 no. Like the actress that is very. Okay, let me look it up because she. Nowadays, you would never catch her in a movie like that. So you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I get rid of my agent too after that movie, man.
Right? Like, what you set me up for? That is not cool. Okay, the Helen Mirren. Don't they refer to her now
Wow,
as
never. Got
Dame
people in the.
Helen Mirren? Like
Got
she's
people that haven't heard of Caligula, huh?
That's your
Check
homework,
it
people.
out. Check it
yeah,
out.
wanna
Check
be
it out. It's in a
traumatized.
very
Yo, go
strange
and watch
space.
it. Echo, stop it. Spiders are not my friends. Get away from here with that. They
Oh,
enemies with secret identities. They're not
Helen
friends.
Mirren.
Yes. Isn't she considered to be kind of like sophisticated?
I think
And
so.
she in
Yeah.
that movie, it's like awkward.
I got a
Hey,
question,
Neon Black
Curly.
Reviews. Thanks for stopping by.
Curly, I got a question.
What's up?
What if, since you brought up spiders, what if when you found change in your house and you're finding change, quarters and dollars and things like that in your house, what if it's a spider secretly giving it to you to pay rent?
Well, motherfucker can give me the change and get out.
You still want to kick him out even if he's trying to pay rent with like a little bit of money?
Yeah, just give me them coins from like a distance.
But you'll still let him have a corner. He can have a corner as long as he pays rent, though.
No, from the outside. He can
Oh,
like
that's
push
not
it through the
fair.
window or something. I want no spider in my house. The fuck. Like I was telling the girls in the chat the other day, I was literally at the pharmacy waiting for my medication, and I saw a spider crawling on the floor. I literally got up and walked over there just to stomp on the spider, cause like
Oh
spiders don't need
man,
to
just
leave.
went out of your way.
Yes,
You wouldn't. You
I saw,
wouldn't. He just wants
I
to pay a
saw
little
the
bit of
shit.
money,
I
man.
saw the shit crawling over there. I was like, hell no, not when
He's like,
I'm
I'm just
here.
gonna kill. I'll just kill the bugs here and just keep paying her rent, and we're cool.
I'm like, I did you all a favor. You all got a spider crawling up in here.
I let him stay. I let him stay. He's cool as long as he
No,
stayed in
I
his
don't like
corner and he
spiders.
stayed in view. We're good.
No, I don't like spiders.
We have
They
Black
can get
Widows out
lost.
here.
Uh,
Not black widows.
any
That's some
kind of
close calls.
spider. Ew.
I've only had two close calls with black widows though. I can't say they were close calls because I don't think those creatures were bothering me at all. I don't think they were paying any attention to me. So
Curly's afraid of daddy long legs.
Yeah, they even grosser than spiders.
I
And
don't like
fucking
those thick
disgusting.
black spiders that like go really fast. Those ones freak me out. The ones that jump
All
and
of them
stuff.
go fast though. All of
yeah, I
them
don't.
spiders, they just
I just
crawling
give them
real
space,
fast.
man. They just can't live with me. They just can't live with me.
Yeah,
I
they
like
can live.
outside,
They can
fine, but
live outside, but not like in my house or anywhere close to me.
Yeah, catch and
yeah,
release.
I'm just like you got
Yeah,
to go
put them
somewhere
outside
else,
my house.
Mister.
Yeah, me too. If it's not a spider, if it's a spider, I'm gonna kill it. And spider is not even an insect anyway. It's a arachnid, whatever you call it. Yeah. If
Oh
I
yeah, they'll
find like
definitely be if they
another
were large enough to
insect, I would release them, but not a spider.
if they were
Daddy
large
long
enough for
legs
us to
don't
be a
phase
food
you,
source,
Terrence.
we would
Terrence,
be.
you're a psychopath. Daddy long legs are disgusting. If they don't phase you,
They're
they
Appreciate it.
cute.
no, hell no. You're psychopath too. They nasty looking.
I don't
Well,
know
I
if they did a
am,
lot of
but
insect
no.
movies back then. I just remember like I said, Food of the Gods, Ben, and Night of the Lepus, the ones with the rabbits.
Oh,
You see
that
them?
shit funny.
You saw Night of the
that
Lepus, the ones with the giant.
shit's so
I saw that
funny.
one too. It was another late night feature that I stayed up and watched. That was a crazy movie.
Oh God. You squash my brother, vengeance shall be mine. Well, bring it on. I'll squash more of them shit.
But
They just wanted to
spider
pay a little bit of
movies
rent.
don't bother you though.
No, because they're movies. Especially, you know what's funny? Like the giant spider movies don't really bother me because the shit usually just looks so unrealistic.
Well, okay, so have you seen Itsy Bitsy?
Yeah, that spider look corny.
Oh no, it didn't look corny to me, man. It
It
didn't.
look corny to me.
No, that was just like, no, too many. No,
But that arachnophobia bothered me though, because those spiders looked real, and they had all these situations where like the person was digging through their popcorn and the spider was crawling inside. Like that shit sounded like
Yeah, and
something
it
that
just
could
took one
happen.
little bite to kill everybody. Like it was
So
killing
you know
everybody.
what? Like that shit bothered me just because I can imagine myself like digging through some popcorn or some chips and not even knowing that there is a
I
spider like
remember when I
crawling
was younger,
inside.
after watching that, it was hard for me to like reach in my drawer and things like that. It was just like I'd pick up my shoe and like look in there. It was, man, that movie made my skin crawl. It still does, but
Yeah, it just
they're gonna
it
do
just
another
makes
they're
you
gonna
like
do another one. So I'm looking
Spiders
forward
it
to
eat
just
it.
other bugs, though.
all
With what?
right, so let them eat the bugs outside my house, not in my house. The
Terrence says the
giant
giant
spider
spider
invasion.
invasion.
That was
I
silly
haven't
fun. I
seen that
haven't
one.
seen that.
I haven't seen it
Is that
either.
Grindhouse? That was 70s? Was that a 70s flick? That one of those
Haven't
late
seen
night
that.
features? That's something off Spingoolie.
Hmm.
That's some
I've actually added a lot of spider movies on my list recently, like Planet of the Spiders. Hi.
crazy chat people.
And like what else? Some other one. Like I actually added a lot of spider movies on my list recently.
Hey, like it freaks
I
was
thought
fun.
A oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it
that
was fun.
spiders was funny. Wasn't they making like noises and stuff?
Like I
I think
said,
That
so,
shit
I
yeah.
liked
cracked me
Itsy
up.
Bitsy just
Yeah,
because it creeped me out.
they was making those noises and shit. Yeah.
The whole movie is on YouTube. Really? I'm
Hmm.
gonna check it out
Okay.
now.
Better jump on it
Giant
before they
spider
take it
invasion.
down.
Add that to the list, too.
Yeah, that's what I
That'd
mean.
be
I like
5.
the
Has
kaiju
anybody seen
movies.
a movie that is just called Spiders? It was like I think like a sci-fi original came out probably like in a maybe late 90s, early 2000s.
Sci-Fi Channel original.
I believe it was. It
Oh
might have
wow,
not been. It might have not been, but
spiders.
it surely had a feel for it like a sci-fi channel original. It might have not been, but it had a feel like it was. It's when like some experiment I think happens when they implant spiders in like people's bodies, put spiders eggs in people's
It's
bodies, and spiders just burst out of people's bodies.
okay. Now
That
that's
should
okay. Now I'm itchy. Now I'm itchy.
as a kid that should freak me out. But rewatching it as an adult, like years ago, I'm like, damn, that CGI is so corny in this movie. That shit don't even fucking look real.
Yeah, but still, it's
Yeah.
just the fact that it happens freaks you out.
Listen, if you saw the CGI in that movie, you're not gonna be scared.
And
Right.
it's
Them
called
spiders.
I got a Spiders here that's coming up that came out in 2000.
It might have been that one. I'm
It's
not
a
super
horror
sure.
sci-fi. Spiders came out in 2000.
It
Um,
might be that.
and then they got a
Might be that.
Spiders movie came out, of Spiders 3D.
Yeah, it had Spiders 2 after that one. It had a sequel.
Yeah, they got a
So
Spiders 2. Here we go.
yeah, okay,
Oh,
so that's
they
the
s-
one. Spiders
th-
and spiders.
there's Ice Spiders. There's a
Oh yeah, Ice Spiders. That shit was funny too, I believe.
All right, now we're just getting to B-rated movies because that's 2000. I think a lot of the
Yeah.
Grindhouse movies did turn into B-rated movies as they got
I
older.
told you we never stay on topic here.
Yeah,
We
see?
always-
We ended up talking about spiders.
Well,
Yeah.
the Grindhouse movies, I think they definitely turned into B-rated movies because they got a lot more,
I mean, the
strict on
line
the
is pretty
violence and the
fine there
sex.
between Grindhouse and B-rated movies, ain't it? It's a
Right.
pretty
Yeah,
fine
so they
line.
kind of, if they wanted to keep making those kinds of movies, like the directors, and they wanted to keep getting them syndicated, I think they became like more B-rated. They're like, we can keep the gore, but you guys got to drop something. The girls, the
Yeah,
graphic
drop
content, the graphic stories.
the sex.
Yeah, you guys gonna have to cut back on all
Yeah,
that. So,
got something.
but like I said, it was pretty good exchange. I like B-rated movies. I think a lot of people watch a lot of the B-rated movies.
Yeah, B-rated movies are fun.
Three-headed shark and Sharktopus are awesome. I love those
Yeah,
movies.
with Sharktopus ridiculous.
Sharktopus is good.
Ouija
It's
shark.
ridiculous, but fun.
Ouija shark.
Ouija shark. Oh, I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, that was the
You
one.
haven't
The
seen
shark was the
it?
ghost.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
You gotta watch that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
It
Brett
was
Section
Kelly
on my
made that
list.
movie. I did an interview with him a while back.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember watching your interview with the director. Yeah.
I got to get more
So
interviews. And when it's probably gonna end. Ocean, you're gonna interview next. You're gonna have to come over to my world, the world of
yeah,
just the
come to his
voice.
podcast. I was
Yikes,
there.
now
It's
I'm scared.
fun.
And Nye is right after that. It's gonna be dope. You guys have to
Yeah,
come on the show.
you guys should do it.
What are some of the
Really
fun things
fun.
you've done on your podcast?
Some of the fun things I've done, I got to say right now, is the running list is definitely Curly and Matt. Those have been the best because those have been my only interviews. Everything else usually tends to be me just talking about a movie,
Right.
giving an explanation, trying, being funny to me, and just giving it my best explanation for some of the movies that I watch because I don't really stick to a specific genre or theme. It's just
Okay.
horror, anything horror in particular. And
All right.
I'm going
Right.
to definitely do a lot more interviews with, I have a horror comic book artist. People going to come on and talk about horror video games and things like that, their
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
inspirations and things. But yeah, we try to have a little bit more conversation, just stick it all on horror. And I try to focus on the guest
That's cool.
and just
Cool.
keep it interesting.
I'm starting to work on a
Definitely.
horror
Sitting
comic book
watching for that.
actually.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
How's
It's
what going?
okay. I'm working on the cover. I have a long way to go because I'm learning as I go, but I'm working on the cover. I'm going to paint, hopefully finish tomorrow. I'll unveil that, and then it's going to be months of, researching and writing the story and putting it together and that kind of thing, but I'm pretty
That's gonna be
excited.
awesome. I asked Curly,
Yeah,
I
I can't
asked
wait
her,
to
I
see
said,
that.
since you guys are horror reviewers, I'm gonna ask you the same question, Ocean. Since you guys are horror reviewers, we watch horror movies, we watch just everything in the genre. Would you consider doing short movies? Would you direct a short movie or a short horror film?
I don't know, I don't have plans for it, but I never say never because, stuff comes your way and you figure it out and maybe down the road. How
You
about
feel
you?
inspired at some point. You're like, you know what? I think I could do something spooky, something scary that could be
Mhm.
like 5 or 10 minutes long.
Yeah,
I could
I never say
shoot it with
never.
my phone.
It
It's
would be fun, that's for sure.
yeah, people do it. They do it, and they can keep it nice and
Yeah,
scary.
you
Curly,
could
you haven't changed your mind. You still don't want to do it.
now, cause I'll suck.
Why
It
don't
will
you be? You could
suck.
be or you don't want to be an actress in one, a short film,
Oh
actress in
God,
a short
I'll be
film.
a terrible actress. I'd be one of them actresses that's all over the top. I'd be in there like and shit.
You need
I'll be
that
one of
actress.
those. I'll be like terribly over the top.
I could
Nah,
see
it'd
you
be fine.
directing one.
Mm, I
I
don't know.
could.
Yeah, you think?
Because you
I
could
don't
Well,
tell
know.
you have
people,
a
you be like,
lot of
no, this is
knowledge
how I want you to say
of
the line. This is
movies.
how I want you to say it. This is how I want you to do it.
Right. Well, whatever. It's not like that's ever gonna happen. So.
No, look, you're here now. You're live streaming on YouTube. You've already been interviewed once by me. Now I'm on you guys' show. You know, anything is
Yeah.
possible.
Right. Right. Well,
And
like
Matt could,
Karen said, never say never. I guess.
and
Whatever.
since we do know Matt could put you on and be like, hey, you want to be an extra?
I would like to be one of them dolls in his movies. One of them violent dolls, just a
Yeah, he can
motherfucker.
make me into one of his puppet dolls. That'd be cool. Gonna have to
Yeah.
get him to make us into puppet dolls.
Yeah, if I
Definitely.
connected with the right people and you had the budget, why not? It
Hmm.
could be a really fun experience.
And he was telling me the biggest thing about it. He was like, man, I thought I had to have connections and all this stuff. He was like, a lot of it was just me, just getting over it and just like going forward, getting people to, read the script. And, because once you do the hard part of breaking out and telling people the story, it's kind of on, either they like it
Mhm.
or they don't. You're going to have the actors for it or you won't.
Right.
And I know in a lot of those movies, like, which like kind of goes back then, a lot of those movies back then, a lot of those young faces, they just jumped off and they did the movies. Like,
Right.
and back then it was a time it paid not to be shy. It was a lot of free love going on, so people were okay showing off their bodies, and it made a lot of the movies really popular. Yeah,
How about
yeah.
you? Would you want to do a movie? Write
I would write.
one
I
or
would like to write stories. Well, I already do write a few stories, but I wouldn't mind trying to direct. It'd be crazy just to take it on, but it could be
yeah.
done.
Hmm.
I think it
Yeah.
could be done. I
Well,
think I
seems
could
like
script
you
it
should do
where
it.
you guys will be in the movie.
Okay.
Put you guys in
I'll
it.
be
I'm
I'll be
there.
the psychotic killer one.
See, it'll be one of
Yeah.
those things where the camera will be out here and someone will say my name and I'll look and be talking to them, but it'll be showing you guys playing on the screen like I was watching you guys. You made it into the movie. It's a cameo.
Okay, sounds good.
And they'll be like, look, he's watching Ocean.
You were a good guest. Glad to meet you. Oh,
I'm just kind of like, wow.
I try to be knowledgeable. Thank you. No
Hey,
problem.
definitely brought up a lot of good points
The
here. A
only
lot of
thing you can do is just keep
movies.
watching these movies, man. Some of them stick, some things just fly out the other. It's like a conversation. Some things will stick really hard, some parts will just fly right on out. It's just with some movies.
Right.
Oh
I'm
man.
dead. I'm dead. I'm sorry.
Like Marlon Wayans.
Oh God. Now that you
That's
said it, I
fine.
kind
That's
of
fine.
see it. I
Women
didn't
love
see it
Marlon
before.
Wayans. If I can keep the
I didn't
humor
see.
level up here, I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Oh my God, I didn't even see it before, but now I can't unsee it.
Now it's stuck in your head.
Yes.
See, that's fine. That's fine. And I
I'm
got my
dead.
hair pulled back too because I got headphones on. I'm all in studio mode. Before I
Oh
came on, and my
God.
friend was like, "Man, you're good. What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm looking for something to wear. I need something. Should I wear a beanie? What should I do?" I'm just freaking out. No,
Nah,
but it's
you're
been
good.
fun.
You're good.
It's been fun. You guys' comment
I
section
have
is
Spider
crazy.
movie The Mist. What
it
Spider
is
movie
fun.
The Mist? Is the Spider movie called The Mist?
Oh,
Oh
in the
yeah,
movie The Mist, they had spiders.
yeah. I just remember that.
Yeah, I
Oh
love The
yeah,
Mist.
yeah, yeah.
That
Definitely.
was one of those movies where it was like I like the book ending better. I kind of like the book ending
How
better.
did the book end? I've never read the book.
Oh, and on the book ending, he killed his family.
He did that in the movie too.
Oh no, 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 wait. In the book ending, they made it to a hotel. There was a hotel in the end that the survivors made it into. And
hmm
I don't want to tell for people that haven't read the book.
The book came out a long time ago. I think it's pretty safe to say that if they haven't read it now, they ain't
It's safe
gonna
to say.
read
All right, so
Spoiler
well, they
alert.
made it to the end, and
Plug your
Spoiler
there's
alert.
ears.
and the people they get on a radio and they're hearing from like the military and other survivors, and they're debating on whether they want to leave the hotel because they're starting to run out of food, even though there's more survivors there. But that's how it ends. Thought there was a little bit more.
Oh,
You know, it kind of left it
okay.
like there's more going on at the end, but with the when the
Right.
military came in, it was kind of like they were wrapping up the problem.
But I like the movie's ending though, because it's just so fucked up. He done killed his family and for nothing because they got saved. Like it's just so messed up. It's
Yeah,
not even funny. Look at me laughing. It's not even funny. It's super messed up, but it's just a
yeah.
crazy ending.
Because when I saw the
Yeah.
end, I was like, oh man, I was like, dang, it didn't end like the book, but okay, that's fine. I was like, that's good. I was like, that was a cool ending too, because I'm one of those people I like a tragic
Yeah.
ending. I don't know why I just enjoy a tragic ending. I can live with all the I can live with all the characters dying at the end of a movie. I can,
Yeah.
it kind of in a way it kind of adds to the movie a little bit for me.
It
And
depends. Like, oh, hey, DeRay,
oh
how
yeah, I
you
watched your interview. What's up, Rainbow?
doing? Yeah, I think it's cool for the most time part when the movie ends like tragically, but sometimes it pisses me off. I guess if I'm very like attached to the characters, I get
Yeah,
really angry.
yeah, yeah.
Especially one of those endings where it seemed like the person got away and then like at the last minute some shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of stings a little bit. Like I said, that makes for the best stories. Like even like I said, like I'm not a big fan of like love stories, but that's what makes love stories good too. When they're tragic romances, when they're like both parties end
Right.
up dying at the
Yeah,
end, or
that's
one
true.
they don't get. It just makes the story a little bit more.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
the emotional grab for me.
you must have loved Titanic when he died.
Oh man,
He
yeah,
was
that
like,
was great.
yes.
There was plenty of room on that board, though. There was plenty of room on
He's
that
like,
board.
yes.
He knows it. Rose knew there was plenty of room on that board for Jack.
Oh shit, that's crazy. See, so
Yeah,
you just solved the mystery for him.
yeah, it
There
was
you
pretty good.
go.
It's a good
There
thing.
you go.
Yeah, it's a pretty good ending. But but I really did enjoy the Mist. That was really good.
Yeah, the movie is crazy. I like the movie. That character pissed me off though. That religious fanatic woman.
Oh, the Fanatics.
Yeah, oh my
Yeah, it's
God, she
always
was
gonna get to that point.
so, oh God.
In every movie, it's always going to get to that point,
Yeah,
especially
it's
when you
always
got
gotta be that
claustrophobia
one.
involved.
Yeah, always gotta
And,
be that one.
yeah, they went that way too with the TV series for The Mist? And when everybody was
Um,
inside the church.
or the one that's on Netflix.
Was that on Netflix? Was that The
I
Mist
think
was
it
on
was.
Netflix?
I think I started watching it on Netflix, but I never finished. I don't remember why. I gotta get back to it.
I like was it The Fog too? The Fog was good.
Um, I don't know if I've seen. There's a lot of movies called The Fog,
Oh,
more than
maybe
one.
I think the King one or the Stephen King. The Fog. Loved it. That was the one with the witches the pirates. They come in it. And they're like, I'm surprised they haven't done a remake to that. The Fog,
Mhm.
or have they?
Oh, see, everybody
No, I
likes
don't
the
think they
Mist's
have.
ending.
Oh,
2005. Oh, they got one for 2005. So
Okay.
I might have to watch it now.
Mm. Oh no,
And
don't watch the one from 2005.
but it's
You don't want
right
to.
there at
You don't.
1980
You
John Carpenter.
the
He did it.
2005 one. You don't want to see that. Trust me.
Oh man, yeah, because I remember the 1980 one, and The Fog was really good.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the one I've seen, the 2005 one. So yeah, you don't want to.
Yeah, check out the original. You got to check
The
out the original,
Carpenter
man.
one.
This is the throwback show. We're going back.
Going way back.
Yeah, Amityville Horror. That's another. Amityville Horror was one that had a lot of like copycats or like a lot of remakes and retellings
Endless
and
remake.
reimagine. They've done that story
Yeah,
so many
because
times.
after a certain time, you're allowed to use the title, but you cannot have anything to do with the original story in it, or it's a lawsuit.
Oh
Hmm.
wow.
You have to pay.
Well, that's how they came up with Amityville Karen, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, because they had that thing where was it since it's and then the rights get weird because they have the whole based on a true story
Right.
theme behind it. So some people could be like, oh no, our telling of it is more towards the original telling of the story or what originally happened. And,
Hmm.
you can spin
Well, once
retell
they
anything.
went Amityville Karen territory, I don't think they had anything to do with any original story.
Yeah,
The director didn't get back to me, so
Hmm.
yeah,
Have
I
you
really
watched
wish
it
he
yet,
would.
though? Have
No.
you watched it yet? I gotta
No.
see just because of the title, Amityville Karen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out now.
Yeah.
She over there calling the cops on the ghosts and shit. She
the
over there with
original
her
the
phone.
original
She
Amityville,
over there,
1979.
Amityville Karen over there with her phone, like, oh, you're hunting the house, huh? Police.
Oh, I really want to get him on. I really want to talk about that.
She over there like,
I'll work on it.
You're
there's
gonna get the director for the movie?
Yeah,
Oh, you
I messaged
should,
him,
you
but nothing
should.
back yet. So
Yeah, get him on
Hopefully you
there, pick
get
his
him.
brain.
That would be
yeah,
epic. That would
dude,
be
come
so
Yeah.
on.
epic.
You got to be on
That's
the show.
when I had Matt on, I asked him all the questions about Toys Terminator. I'm like, all right, look, man, you're gonna have to let the audience in on the movie, man, because there was a lot of inside jokes in that
Right,
movie, and I was like,
right.
you got to tell us what this stuff means. So he was explaining. He's like, oh man, it was funny, it was entertaining. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
his
like
movies are
talking to
crazy.
directors.
I watched his other stuff like I think on YouTube, and his other movies are crazy too, like his
Yeah,
short films.
yeah, he does a lot of
Crazy.
short stuff. It's
Yeah.
pretty good. It's pretty good market. I said there's a market for it, and he loves doing like the puppets. He loves his puppets
I noticed that. He loves
and
them
making
puppets.
them himself and stuff like that. So I was like, man, that's a pretty good market, man, for that. You got a whole niche. So I was like,
Well,
keep it up.
somebody said that they're gonna make Amityville Karen film. No, they made it already.
It's made. It's
It's
already out
already
there.
made. It's out
Wow.
there. It literally is out there. We don't know what happens in it, but it's out there.
We're gonna
Like I said,
watch it.
she probably calling the cops on the ghost and shit. She's like, there is suspicious ghost in my house.
Yeah.
No, there is suspicious ghost in my neighborhood. Like I've never seen those ghosts here before. They look suspicious. They look like they don't belong
Do you
Anthony says
ghosts
we
live
gotta do
around here?
Amityville in space watch party.
Let's go! Shit,
Amityville
I
We
wouldn't
should do
mind.
Oh,
Amityville.
I'll do a watch party for Amityville. Any of them.
Let's
Bring it
go.
on.
Let's
Do a
I'll
go.
double
sit through
feature.
it.
It'll be like
I'll
a
be all in
Grindhouse
the
thing.
comments.
Yeah, double feature.
This is
Karen
the
and in
best watch
space.
party comment section ever.
Yeah, it'll be wild.
People are all confused.
Yeah, like y'all didn't know, y'all thought it was joking. There really is an Amityville Karen movie. Like it exists.
It does.
Wow. Wow. That's what I
Basically,
mean.
they have everything but Amityville though nowadays. Like
Yeah,
Amityville Shark,
they do.
Amityville Karen.
If you can
Shit.
think of it, a story for it, and you got the time to shoot it,
Where's my
go
Amityville
for it.
Spiders movie? Might as well. Shit.
Your movie
Amityville
might get
Spiders.
big.
Have a good
Good
night, Death
night, Death
Central.
Central. Thanks
Thanks
for
for checking me
stopping
out, Death.
by.
Anthony says, "Bring the popcorn. It'll be awesome." Oh yeah.
Yeah, I still got my popcorn.
Oh, y'all killing me with the popcorn. I want some too. Yeah, I'll just drink my wine.
I burnt it
Y'all
actually,
enjoy
so
it.
there you
What
go.
happened to Naj? She was busy.
I don't know. Maybe she was tired because I messaged her, but she never got back to
I
me.
overslept
So
last week.
she didn't
I
even
thought I
see.
was well. I thought I overslept. I woke up right in time to watch the.
Yeah, that happened to me too when we was doing the watch party for the.
Mhm.
Oh God. I mean, it was quite a cycle. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be in there in between, like screaming hysterically and smashing the motherfuckers. I'm killing spiders with everything.
This is
I'm
Salem's Lot
grabbing
our
was.
like
movie.
I'm talking shotguns. I'm shooting them with shotguns. I'm killing
Yeah.
them with chainsaws. Like I'm just like nothing is too excessive. I'm over there with grenade launchers and shit, killing motherfuckers.
Salem's Lot is going to get a remake too, and that was a '70s movie.
It
So
is.
that
Yeah.
one's about to get a
Yeah.
remake too.
That'll be
So I don't know if
interesting.
it's going to be a series or a movie though.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
I don't know
It'll
if it's
be
going to be.
interesting to see whatever that is.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
like to see it. You ever seen Salem's Lot?
Yep.
I think years ago.
Oh yeah, you gotta rewatch it.
Good
It's
classic.
worth
Yeah.
rewatching. Definitely worth rewatching.
Yeah.
Well, talking about other Stephen King stuff that I want to rewatch, I gotta rewatch The Stand. I remember that being
I
pretty
have
good.
that. I
Yeah,
found it
yeah,
secondhand.
yeah.
And
I
I
seen
still
they I
haven't
see they
seen the
redid it.
remake. I know they remade it.
Yeah, I
I
see they
haven't.
remade it, but I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch the remake.
It wasn't good, the remake?
No, I just don't want to watch it. I don't even want
Okay,
to.
got you.
I just
Got
like
you.
the original, and I don't want to watch the remake. It's one of those
Got you.
personal decisions. I got to stand on it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, some movies you just got to do that. You're like, you know what? I like the original too much. I
Yeah.
can't even
Yeah.
watch a remake. I can't
Yeah,
imagine
I hear
it
you.
being anything other than what I'm used to. Like
Right.
sometimes you got to
Yeah.
get out of that shell because I have been pleasantly surprised, like by some movies. I'm like, wow, that was a really good remake.
Right.
The
hmm
most surprising was Chucky, like the Chucky, the Child's Play remake. And when I
Yep.
watched, I was like,
You
it
like that
wasn't.
one? Oh, I hated that.
Yeah, I like. Yeah, but like, and I thought I was gonna hate it. I just knew I was gonna hate it, but I watched it and I was like, wow, that's actually an interest. I like the way they told the story. So
Oh
with some
God, but that's Jackie doll. I can't get over how ugly
the
it
way he
was
looked,
though. I'm sorry. It
I
was
can't get
so
over that there was no
ugly.
Charles Lee Ray. That's what I can't get
And
over.
the voice was so annoying too.
I can't get over no Charles Lee
It's
Ray.
kind of like the voice in the new Saw movie, the Chris Rock directed one.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
not directed, starring
Within it.
and
and the
wrote the
Spiral.
story, whatever. The voice that they did for John Kramer in that one, I just can't with the voice.
Oh man, the voice acting.
The voice was terrible. It
But
was so.
remakes like The Thing and The Fly are
Mhm.
good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, definitely. Okay, I'll see you guys in a sec. Let me do something quick.
Okay.
with as far as the okay, well, I'll say this about the thing. I love the original. Could grab
Yep.
it from over my shelf right over there right now.
Yep.
I like that's one of those things where I'll buy the remake, the remastered version, and all that. Um, the remake, it was good. I didn't like the ending. I wasn't crazy about the ending, but it was all right. I'll give it a pass.
Yeah,
And
I did a review on both. They're both good in their own way.
yeah, in their own way,
Different.
they're both good.
But yeah, the remake is popular though.
Yeah, no,
The John Carpenter remake.
yeah, because it's like
But
one of those
the
things.
original is really good too. But like you're kind of from that generation as well, so obviously you've done a lot of, like, you've watched a lot of 70s stuff. You were,
Oh yeah.
inspired by that. So
Yeah, that's the stuff that kind of put me on the path.
me
A
too.
like a lot of the low budget horror movies, or a lot of the earlier movies that I can remember.
Right.
The earliest one I can remember, like the first scary movie I saw was Hell of the Living Dead, and I think that was like 19. It came out in like 1980 or 1981, but at the
Right.
time I saw it on VHS. It was. I'm sorry. What did you say?
Oh, no, no, no. I'm just listening.
Oh,
I haven't
at
seen
the
that one
time I
yet.
saw it, my dad rented it, and my dad and my uncle were watching it, and I'm watching. Ah, like the way they did the zombies and everything. It's scared. I watch it now. No, there's no reason I should have been scared of it, but that's like my
Right.
earliest remembrance of a horror movie and seeing zombies, and it was scary. So,
Mm,
but ever since then, that kind of led me on my path. But it all started with low budget horror movies. Walking
right.
down the horror aisle and looking at the covers of the movies, and like, man, I'm going to rent that movie as soon as I get a couple of bucks.
Right.
I think so.
Yeah,
That's kind of what started it.
yeah, I got right into 70s stuff early on, and that's where my love, and 80s, I guess, too. Around the 90s and 2000s, I kind of dropped away from movies. I didn't watch as much. So
Hmm.
now I'm kind of rediscovering things, and because everybody talks about 90s and
Oh yeah,
2000s movies,
yeah. That's the
Um
stuff now. Everybody's like, oh, you remember this one, or you remember this one?
yeah, so I'm kind of learning and revisiting and that kind of thing, but yeah, kind of the same as you. A lot of lower budget and stuff from back then was where I started watching too. But I'm learning a lot from Curly though, because she watches a lot of movies.
Yeah,
Well, I've learned a
Lot.
lot today from you guys.
yeah. Because like I said, my dad and like uncles and like there was a movie. I remember where my grandmother lived. There wasn't a movie. There was a movie theater not too far away, and it was like a buck or two to get in and go see movies. And it's
Right.
like as soon as I was like old enough to go, Grandma, I'm gonna go to the movie theater. I go start watching movies by myself. So yeah, I like movies and cinemas. Like I've been doing that for a long time. Big fan. Same thing with comic books and reading just books and novels.
Right.
Yeah, it was really creepy. I like the child, but the Child's Play remake was pretty good. It's good stuff.
Yeah, we were talking about how we've been adding movies to the watch list, but it just never ends. There's just
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
infinite
that
amount of movies.
yeah, and that grindhouse
possibilities
go.
are endless.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely find your niche in the grindhouse genre. You'll find like all the types of movies you like. If you want action, they got
Yeah.
action. If you want like the campier films, they
Hmm.
have the campier ones. Like, but like the ones like if you want to see more girly films, they have those. And like
Mm.
it's like I said, it's a deep rabbit hole, but like they have a lot of interesting movies. Like the horror section of it itself is just crazy. Like some of the
Right.
movies and what they were about was just insane.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff they would just put out in these theaters. But,
Right.
the market for entertainment has changed. So, because now we got so much live streaming and television, and they didn't really have this back then. So you can go pay $3 to see a triple feature at the movie theater. Like, can you imagine that now?
Yeah.
Paying three
Nope.
bucks and seeing a triple feature at the movie theater.
Nope.
Like,
Yeah.
that is
That's like a
insane. That
dinosaur.
is
That's a
insane.
dinosaur.
Yeah.
Like you paying for
Yeah.
the popcorn is like worth like that's like an
You
annual
have
fee
to
then.
take a second mortgage out
Yeah,
on your house.
Yeah, if you want refreshments with that,
exactly.
that is that
Yeah.
is
It's
a
so
whole.
expensive to go to the movie theaters now because you pay for the movie, you
Yeah.
pay for the popcorn, and if you
Yep.
are me, you're also getting cocktails at the bar. That's another, yeah, like that's money too. That's at
You
least
get drink
15
at the
bucks.
movies there?
Oh
Well, at
man,
my movie theaters, yes.
where you got
Like
a
I am
draft
moving
house?
in with you. I'm coming to
yeah,
visit
like
you.
every time I go to the movies now, instead of
We
the
don't have that
popcorn,
here.
I get
Oh
the drink.
man, I love those. The draft
Yeah.
house cinemas. Oh, those are great. And usually they have the grindhouse features going on at the draft houses and things like that. Man, you get your drink on. You can order
Mm,
your food. They'll bring it to the theater. Sit there
Wow.
shit.
and eat it.
And I used to like sneak drinks in the movie theater before. Used to
What you
sneak my
know?
little shot bottles, but you don't have to do that now because now you can go right to the bar and like buy
Not
She
drinks.
said I used
here.
to sneak them in there.
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
But I don't do that anymore because now you can just buy it. There's a bar right there. I just get my drink and I go right in the movie theater and drink it right there.
That is
Everybody
nuts.
in there eating popcorn. I'm in there with my drink. Like
Like
I like a
popcorn is
popcorn.
like
It's expensive.
$11 for a small.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
it's crazy.
ridiculous. And then you want a drink that's like $8 and that's a
yeah.
small. He's like, dude, just make it a
They
combo. Just make it
they
even 20.
robbing
Just make it
people.
$27.
They robbing people.
Do you
Yeah.
go to the bigger theaters, Curly, or like small?
Well, where I
small
go, it's not like a big, big, big movie theater, but the price is the same. It doesn't
Right.
matter if you go to a bigger one, smaller.
We have like a movie theater at the local university
Mm-hmm.
college, and it's a lot cheaper to go. My daughter's actually going to get to go this week or something to the year end school kind of thing. They're all going to go to the movies, and the snacks and things are all really cheap, so that's pretty cool. And if you're a student, you pay a lot less too.
I don't know how many of your audience members are in Denver, located in Denver. They have Slashers in Denver. It's a bar. It's a horror bar, horror themed
Oh,
bar. But
cool.
they have they play horror movies. They have a lot. They play a lot of classic movies, or they play a lot of the '80s movies, '90s horror
Oh,
movies.
cool.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they just added playing like Nintendo and stuff like that. You can rent a Nintendo and play Nintendo on the big screen and stuff
Oh,
like
that's
that. But
really cool.
Nice,
yeah, you can drink
nice.
and they go in there and drink and watch The Shining or something like that. They'll have it on the
That's
theaters. It's pretty cool.
neat.
Yeah,
Well,
slashers. Shout
taking
out
a
slashers.
flight to Denver because I
Yeah,
want to go to that bar. Sounds like
yeah,
fun.
that's pretty
That'd
cool.
be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like, I know when I was in Texas, there's a lot of places usually in Texas that they usually have, if they have, there's more than one theater in the area, they usually
Right.
have something going on. Or they'll have like they'll show like old '80s movies and stuff like that on certain nights, or they might just have an open venue. I know one that did like
Mm-hmm.
a comedy stand up for like they do like a stand up for comedy for an hour, and then after that they start showing horror movies, like old horror
Oh,
movies.
that's really cool. We
Yeah,
don't
it's
have
cool.
anything fun like that here at all.
Yeah,
There's nothing here in Canada.
Oh, that's
On the
all.
west coast on the island. We're on an island too. We're not right in Vancouver, so that makes a difference. But
oh,
we just don't have like the festivals. And I watched that Monster Palooza or something was just happening. Everyone was like doing YouTube videos.
Yeah, on
mhm.
Instagram.
I would love to go see stuff like that, but we get Comic-Con.
Oh
That's
man,
it,
Well,
and it
I
costs
that's
like
good
wish,
too.
I
nine
Yeah.
wish.
million
Then you
dollars,
guys would know about the
and
cross. Then you could watch it for the you would know about it for the sadness.
Yeah, The Cross. I mean,
You
I
got to check
still
out the
haven't read
cross.
it, but I know of it, and
Yeah, man.
it's crazy.
Because I was
And the
when you guys,
sadness looks like it was definitely based on that at least, or
yeah.
something.
Next time you guys, anybody's in Denver, go check out Slashers, man. You won't be disappointed. You have a pretty good time.
cool. I'm gonna look it up.
And they are not shy on the drinks. They're not shy on it.
Nice.
Mm.
They will
Okay,
double
like I
shot
said,
you up.
I'm booking a flight.
Yeah.
It's right there downtown. It's nice.
All
That'd
right,
be cool.
cool.
We all have to meet up sometime.
I have no problems with
Yeah,
that. My
Yeah.
passport, I just got my passport
definitely.
renewed.
Hop on a plane,
I'm
Karen.
I'm gonna try to do something live. I'll try to do something. I'm gonna create a YouTube after this. If anybody's interested, I'm gonna do a
Hey,
YouTube
I
after
been
this,
told
Yeah, you
you. I
should.
so
been
I can
told you. Do YouTube.
okay,
I told you that.
so I can talk to Curly mostly, and so I can get a horror going on
Yeah,
with
Yeah,
absolutely.
my horror video gaming
definitely.
going on.
I told you do it. I would watch it. Like do YouTube.
Hmm.
DeRay, I think it's a bar, right? Where they
Yeah.
show films and
Hmm.
stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dere
Yeah,
says
yeah,
she's
it's a
in
bar.
Denver right now, so you could
Hmm.
check it out.
Oh, yeah. She's in
Yeah,
Denver
she's
right
there
now.
right now.
Yeah, go to
And
Slashers. You're right there. She's in Denver. I don't go to
Is
Slashers.
check it out.
yeah.
Do a
Yeah,
vlog.
do a vlog, do a
And
live
vlog
review.
it. Yeah.
Tell them they owe me
Yeah,
money now.
let us
Yeah.
see. We wanna
Sponsor
see.
me.
They better comp me. Those guys better comp me. If they don't remember me, they better comp me.
Yeah, they should. They should give you a cut.
Yeah, but definitely check it out. It is nice. It's a nice place. Cool environment.
Yeah, she's there for a month. That's cool.
Okay. So we're waiting for that vlog.
No, well, I'm gonna. All right,
I'll
so
watch
I
that.
am going to go into what I'm gonna get the YouTube going so I can, like I said, so I can do this stuff for the horror gaming and things like that. But I'll probably do, since I'm gonna be in Germany in September. I'm gonna be going up there in September. I'll try to go somewhere
Oh.
spooky and live stream for you guys from there or something.
Yeah,
Oh.
for
Go to a
sure.
haunted castle or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have a lot of those in there.
Yeah, my brother stays somewhere near a forest, some creepy forest out there. He was like, "Bro, I live like right on the edge of this forest." He said, "And every night it feels like something's looking at me." I said, "It probably is. Probably is."
You never know. You never
That'd
know.
be cool.
Got the Baba Yaga and all that going on over there.
Oh shit. That'll be interesting. Demons and shit. Ghosts.
Yeah, I
Okay.
You
think I'll
can
go check it
download
out.
the app Necro what's it called? Necroponic. And I think it
Necroponic.
might cost a couple bucks or it's free. Download it. You can do like a ghost box session where you're talking to the ghosts.
What?
Necrophonic.
Talking to the ghosts?
What?
Yeah,
I'd
I
like
have
to
it.
talk to
It's
some
fun.
ghosts. How you do that? Talk to ghosts?
You just talk to it and it connects to like radio waves. Like so it
Okay, that's
you
creepy.
get the radio station come through, but you can get like
Okay.
through the energy, the electricity.
Which app
I'm gonna be
stops them
like,
from following me?
They'd be
I'm gonna be
safe.
like, I'm gonna be
Tell it
like,
to keep the
ghost,
fuck away after.
ghost, come haunt my job. Come haunt my job.
Like, which app keeps the ghost away? Which one? Like, blocks them from my home after
The
that?
Ghostbusters app.
That the Ghostbusters app? Definitely. Definitely.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You guys are crazy.
No, but it is. Yeah, but I like
You
actually getting out
crazy
to
over
those.
there talking to ghosts and shit.
But that's why you guys got to check out that movie, that not Requiem for a Vampire.
Yeah, I gotta put
haunted
it on my
house one.
list. Wanna summon the devil? There's an app for it. Yeah, like nowadays there's an app for everything. Summon the
Yeah, Legend of Hell
devil,
House.
the ghost, everything. There's an
Yeah,
app
they
for
got an app for
everything.
everything now.
Yeah. Wasn't there like that stupid ass movie? The Countdown. Well, that's obviously not a Grindhouse movie, but anyway, The Countdown, where there's this app that tells you when you die.
Oh yeah, I watched that. I watched that one. Yeah, I watched that one.
Corny
What
ass
is
movie.
it?
The Countdown.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
an
I
app
watched that
that
one.
it's on Netflix, Karen. I don't know if it's on Netflix in Canada, but it's on
Okay.
Netflix
Yeah,
here.
and then they were trying to
And
hack the app. They were like, "Man, we got to
yeah,
figure out a way to turn this thing off."
because like it tells you when you die, and
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
okay, got it.
And my thing with that movie, they overhyped it so much. I saw all these commercials for the movie where they show the people in the movie theater freaking out.
Yeah, it's
Like, oh
not a
my god,
big
oh my
deal
god,
like
oh my
that.
god, oh my god. And the movie's not that scary. It's not that serious.
All right, then I got another horror question then. All right. Would you rather know when you're going to die or how you're going to die?
Hmm. I think I want to know. I want to know
I already
how.
know how, because the psychic one time a long time ago told me that I would live into my
What?
80s
It's
and die in my sleep.
what?
That's
Yeah,
a good
I know.
death.
Then I would have been like, well, thanks. I would have tipped her. Well, you already know
Right?
how, so I'm like, don't tell me when.
I want to know how too. Like,
You would want to know
I would
how?
want to. Yeah, I want to know how.
I want to just know when.
I don't know
I'd rather
how.
know when. Just tell me
Mm.
when. I don't want to know how.
I want to know how.
Because then I'll be feeling like that. I think I could avoid it. But the more you try to avoid it, the more you be like forcing
I don't
it
think
to
I would
happen.
want to avoid dying per se, but if it's like a painful death, I would want to die a less painful death. Change that.
Dre says probably when, because if I know how and it's going to be painful, I'd think about it too much.
Yeah, something like that, man. Like
Yes.
I
like
don't
if
know. I
someone
want to
told
know
me
how.
like he's like when or how, when someone says, "Hey, you're gonna get eaten by a shark," You're going to be thinking about that for so long, man. And you're going to be like, as long as I stay away from water, I'll be fine. Right? You're like, as long as I stay away, that's the only place a shark could
Right.
be. But then you're kind of forcing yourself. You don't know. You don't
Then
know.
here go the shark
You might have to go
jumping
to an
out of a kitchen
aquarium.
sink.
Who knows? It's
And some sharknado happens and sharks jumping from a tornado and shit.
You
Eat
could
your
like
ass
even if you
up.
lock yourself in the desert, you could be eating some kind of seafood you haven't had. Like, oh yeah, that's technically a shark, and he died from a shark.
Also, what if you knew how and then it was kind of not very epic and you'd be like, that's it? Really?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
like underwhelming. You have an
Yeah.
underwhelming way you're gonna die. You're just like,
Yeah.
But you wanna die an underwhelming way. You don't want no epic
yeah,
way
most
to die. You
underwhelming
want
way
you
possible.
want something underwhelming, like you die in your sleep or some shit. You want some underwhelming shit like that. You
Yeah, but I
want
don't.
no
But no one
epic.
wants to die in a pillow fight. You know what I mean? Like you don't wanna that you're gonna like. How is that possible? It's gonna happen. It's like no. There are rocks in my pillow. No, it was actually
I don't know.
Tempur-Pedic.
Give me an underwhelming death any day. I have the Evil Dead book. I'm using it tonight. Wish me luck. I will swallow your soul.
I gotta ask my horror questions because some of them come to mind when I'm looking at some of these movies, and I'm like, man, it kind of puts
Go
me in a dilemma.
ahead.
Like,
Go
how would I
ahead.
want to go if I'm stuck in that
Go
situation?
ahead.
If I was stuck in this movie, what's my rundown? So
You
I like to,
asked me some good horror questions before.
yeah, because I like to keep it, it's all on the horror. I like to call myself the lone survivor, and it's like, hey, could I live through this movie? Every movie I watch, I think every horror fan likes to wonder, could I live through this? Would I
Right.
die in this situation?
I think it's a lot of movies we would live through because we ain't stupid. We'll probably live through any movie where somebody heard a suspicious noise and went to check it out. Like, we would live through all of those because I don't think anybody here is going to be stupid enough to be like, Ghost, are you here?
Yeah, especially after your couch levitates and throws itself into the wall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think some of us are gonna be like, I paid a lot for this house, but I didn't pay that much. I didn't pay that much. There's
In
no
horror
way.
movies, as soon as they say this house is haunted, like 10 people died in here, all these families died in here, the family in the horror movie like, oh word, how much? It's like I'm moving in right now.
Like and even in the Grindhouse movies when they were like trying, like I said, it was a lot of 80s logic. Like it was super backwards. They'll have a gun and they'll see something crazy happen. They're like, run away. And then they'll run away and fall on nothing. And I was like, oh man, this is where they got
Yeah.
all those tropes from. I was like, it came from
Yep,
a lot of these movies, running from nothing and tripping on nothing.
that's when it started.
Yeah, that it all started in a lot of those movies. Like
Yep.
he said he wants his death to be a meme.
Oh shit. I love that meme though. That meme cracks me
I
up.
want a Florida man death.
And the Florida man and the death memes, those are my favorite. That crack me
I
up.
want to get killed by an alligator.
Oh man.
Alligator, but that sounds painful.
Well,
It would be classic though.
okay,
That
they
would
had the
be
movie.
painful.
Remember when the movie Prime Evil came out? You remember the movie Prime Evil?
Yep.
Okay, well, I didn't know it was an alligator movie. I didn't know the movie was about a giant alligator, and I went to the movies to go see it with a girl. And I have this thing about sea monsters. I don't like alligators. Like I said, it all started back when I saw alligator when I was a kid. So I remember
Right.
going to see the movie with the girl. I thought the movie was going to be like maybe a crazy person in the woods or something, a slasher or something. And like in the very beginning of the movie, when the guy is out there and he stabs the post in the ground and the alligator comes out, or was it when they ate the guy on the boat or something like that? Scared the hell out of me. I threw my popcorn in the air and like fell back in the seat, and like I was in the front row, so everyone saw this happen to me. And I was like, okay, I'm done. I just got up, walked out of the theater, and she was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "I'm going home." You can. It was a wrap for me. It was a done deal. Yeah,
You
that movie
gotta
scared
know
me.
your limits.
Just because it took me by surprise. If they would have worked their way up to it, but just because it happened so fast,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Right.
that's my shame. Sea monsters. It's my secret.
Sea monsters, spiders. Got it.
Nothing. No, it's just the
I
sea
told
monsters
you,
to me.
I told you before how I kicked that girl chair during the It Chapter 2 movie, right before Pennywise jumped out on screen.
Did
Like there
you?
was a jump scare with it Pennywise, but not on purpose. I slipped and like my foot hit her chair, but it was timed so perfectly that it happened exactly when Pennywise like jumps on screen or something. A
Yeah.
girl jumped out of her skin, man. Just
Yeah,
saying.
man. That's
I was like, sorry.
yeah. I don't even think it was intended to be a jump scare, but it was just I wasn't prepared for a giant alligator movie.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't want to
You
die from anything in the water.
did not
Anything in
see
the
that
water.
coming.
I don't nothing in the water.
I'm scared of demons.
Demons?
Yeah.
Okay.
I usually
Okay.
find demons interesting. They're usually interesting. They got motives
They
and
are
they trying to
interesting,
trick
ain't they?
you. And I'm like, I'm not going to entertain this. As long as I don't make a deal with you, I'm good. You know,
That's good to know.
I'm like, I'll sit here and talk to you, but as long as I don't make a deal with you, I'm good.
But a demon can trick you into making a deal with them.
That's
Yeah,
true.
they'll try to get
That's
you
very
there.
true.
You might not even realize that you made a deal.
You
It's
see,
a
now you're
deal.
scaring me. Stop.
You watch the show Evil? The
I've
Yeah,
never
television?
watched Evil,
It's really
actually.
good. I liked it. I
Yeah,
like
I
it. I don't
gotta
know if
watch
is
it
anybody
it?
then.
else likes it, but I like
I
Evil. It
know
was
it's
really
on
good.
Netflix, or at least it used to be on Netflix, but I haven't watched.
Yeah, I'm still watching it. Forget what it comes back and forth on, but yeah,
Well,
I've been streaming
I
it on my PC.
know that you didn't like Supernatural, but they make a lot of deals with demons in that one.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, do the rules change? Are they gonna keep changing the rules about how it works with the
I
demons and
mean, they do
angels?
change the rules in Supernatural a
Just
lot, but
wondering.
like
It's
the
like
base,
I told you I gave it like a couple
yeah,
seasons and I was like,
you
all right,
ain't
I'm
like
done. I
it.
can't watch
I
this
don't know.
anymore.
I just love that show. That's my shit. But the basic rules with making a deal with demons and Supernatural, I think, is you gotta go to the crossroads and you gotta bury something there, and the demon will appear. You tell them what you want. You got 10 years until they come and drag your soul to hell, and you gotta steal the deal. You gotta kiss the
African
demon or
alligator.
something. So I guess it's kind of hard to miss.
What's the African alligator movie? I don't know if I'm gonna watch.
African alligator movie was that?
Which one did he say it was?
I don't know.
Uh,
Which
Probably
one?
something when we was talking about alligators. That's probably when he said it. So which alligator movie you was talking about? That movie was wild. African alligator movie. I'm trying to figure out which one.
Maybe that was the Primeval movie. Cause yeah, I remember I went back and watched it, but that day in that theater at that time, not this guy.
Oh shit, my
I just
headphones just died, guys. Sorry.
I want to
About
go
to get
cage diving with
echoes.
sharks.
was that?
I want to go cage diving with sharks.
Oh man, you're
Oh, this
crazy.
I do. I
is
actually,
working.
for a time, I was um like a well, I'm an activist too. So, but I was heading up the chapter for Shark Angels, which is a organization that helps to stop shark finning and that kind of thing. So I've learned a lot about that kind of stuff. But
Hmm.
I live on the islands, and then COVID hit and that kind of thing. So I kind of dropped away from it because I didn't really see how I could do any good for it at the time, going out and campaigning and all that kind of thing. But I really like sharks a lot.
You're not
They're
near too many
misunderstood.
bull
I think
sharks.
it's highly unlikely you would get killed by a shark.
You're not near too many bull sharks, are you? You're a lot of those are
No, but
aggressive ones.
yeah, but they're It's
No,
not like
I respect animals. I love animals in their habitat. I respect the hell out of them over there. I'm cool.
but you're a
Like I'm
little
like,
bit.
oh man, I love the water. Nah, not a big fan of it. Not a big
Yeah.
fan of it. Too many things. Not our. Everything's bigger than us in the water and
And we're
can
not.
breathe down there.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
get
it kind of
that.
freaks me out. Those movies always like creep me out a little bit more than all the other ones.
Yeah, the
That's
movies are pretty freaky.
But I always like to think, like I said, as always, as horror fans, you're always wondering and analyzing the movie. Can I live through this? Would I make it if it was just me in this situation?
Yeah.
In most situations, it's like, nah, I won't make it.
Yeah,
Like
for
a
sure.
guinea pig? What do you say in the comment? I hope not, man. I hope we'll do better.
Okay, sorry guys, my headphones died, so we're gonna get echoes. And I also lost sound when my headphones died, so I had to rejoin.
It doesn't
No,
sound echoey though, I don't think.
no,
Not
I'm not.
yet. Not
No, I'm
yet.
not. I hear you. I hear you loud and clear.
Don't worry, it's gonna come
We
back
still
soon.
do you know why that would be? I like we've done so many different things, and every time her headphones die, we get lots of echoes.
I'm not. I'm not getting an echo from her right now.
No,
Not
I'm
yet,
not either.
but you're gonna get it soon.
No, it sounds good.
I'm guessing it's because of the playback, because I don't have the headphones in, so you guys can hear the playback from like when we're talking. Cause
But
like
it's so weird because you don't have anything else like another screen open.
no, but it's from the
Get
same
it?
stream I'm like streaming on. I think that's from that. Cause like for me to hear you guys, I have to have the volume up, right? Like when you talk. So I'm guessing that that's the playback from that.
That's weird though, isn't it? Because I'm not wearing headphones right now, and I've got my volume up.
I just
Yeah.
have mine set to hear my everything through my headphones and my mic. I just like this setup. I just do it like this, but I could take them off, and I'm pretty sure I still hear you fine. I'm not getting anything feedback from you.
Right.
I don't know what's up with that.
Maybe it'll be fine now.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm pretty sure everybody
Let's
can hear you.
wait and see. Either way, we're all good. I realize now that my headphones they last roughly around 2 hours, a little bit under 2 hours actually, and then they die. Tragic. Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm good on mine. Yeah, I hear everybody fine.
All right. Well, if we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't.
It'd be cool if we don't this time.
Right.
There's a little bit though.
Yeah, like I think I heard it a little bit. No.
I'm not sure. Me, I can hear it from me.
Hmm.
I hear anything.
No, okay. Well, oh, good then.
You don't hear it, then that's great.
You guys are good to go on my side.
Can't complain about that if you don't hear
No.
Terrence says, "Be nice to get done in by a rare species like breakfast for Komodo dragon."
No, that sounds painful.
Yeah, that sounds too painful. I'm good on that one. Because if
I
they
would
got you immediately, they're gonna eat you alive, and if they get you later,
yeah.
you're gonna be all sick.
I wouldn't want anything to like eat me alive. That sounds
Yeah, I
super.
don't want to be eaten alive by anything.
I used to watch those videos on YouTube of like animals eating other animals alive, like hyenas, for example, eating like antelopes alive, and that's pretty brutal. You know, they go for their guts first. They like pull their guts out of
Yeah,
the asshole and eat it.
yeah.
That's no, no, I
I just
wouldn't.
thought at first that's what they went to because that's all they could get to, but I was like, no, it's like
Yeah.
the reason why they go for the guts first. I was like, ouch.
Wait, there's a reason for that. I always thought that it was because it's easier to just do it
To
like
just
that.
grab it, yeah, but no, it's just like it's the meatier portion, and they can eat them while they're alive too. Doesn't help the
Oh,
person being eaten, but it's more beneficial for the predator.
oh, damn.
Yeah.
That sounds super painful.
Bye,
Hey, what's
Durant.
up?
Okay.
Oh, I gotta let people know. Just if anybody wants an interview, just shoot me in a message on Insta. I'd be glad to interview you. We get on, we'll chop it up. Tell me all about what you do, what you like to talk about in horror. We'll keep it all horror, man. And we'll have a good time. Because Curly can attest to that. I ask you a bunch of horror questions.
Yeah, he's a great interviewer, guys. He knows what to ask, and it's super fun.
Yeah, I'll try to put everything out as fast as I can. Cause, man, I work. Usually work. Penitentiary. Yeah. Is that the one with the guy? Is that the one where they have the boxing matches in prison? They had a boxing match. It was a 70s Grindhouse movie.
I haven't seen that, but I see Terrence said, now you're asking for it, Daniel, so get ready. Terrence coming.
Oh yeah, no problem. No
Terrence
problem, man. Just
podcast.
jump in my DM and
That should be an interesting one to listen to. got
Yeah,
around to chatting with you guys. Okay,
Neon
bye.
Black, take it easy. Thanks for checking me out, man.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Komodo dragons are gangster. Yeah, like they are. They are gangster.
Anybody named Daniel is more than welcome. Yeah, Komodo dragons are crazy. I remember growing up, just nerd fact, like I remember growing up and they were like watching National Geographic with Komodo dragons, and they're like, oh, they have a poisonous and venomous bite, and it's like, well, they never said that Komodo dragons are actually venomous. They just said they had a bacteria, and it's like it just was like recently discovered that they're venomous, but they actually have a venom gland, so that creates the bacteria in their mouth. So I was like, oh man, I remember. Science is growing with us. Take it easy. Thanks, Ice Lord.
Looks like you're about to get a bunch of interview requests.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine. I got the time for it.
Rhonda
Shear. Yeah.
Who's that?
I'm Rhonda Shear.
No, thanks, Anthony.
Thanks.
Yeah. Take it easy, man.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was fun. I appreciate it. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'm always catastrophizing
It was
things.
crazy.
Told you so. We told.
I'm such an introvert.
Yeah, me too.
You're
dude.
not. You did great.
Once you get there, you get there.
It's just because I'm here at home.
about movies.
Oh yeah, we are.
You know your shit. You know a lot. I added so many movies to my to watch list from today.
She'll have them done in 3 days.
Oh man, he thinks so?
Yeah.
The remake of A Spit on Your Grave was way more graphic.
It was way more graphic than the original. I don't know, they were both pretty bad, but the original was.
Maybe with the kills, it was more graphic. The way she killed them, maybe.
Because like they're both pretty cringe to sit through, but the first one, I think the first one was like
I think it depends which one you've seen first, too.
You might be right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it depends which one you see first, or if you even knew that there was a remake. You might, oh man, compare the two. But I saw the original before the remake, so that's probably.
Can you hear the echo?
Oh, I hear it now.
Yeah, why is that? Because she's not echoing, but we are. Isn't that weird?
I don't know what to tell you guys.
Try moving. No, I think it's because because I turned down the TV. I'm streaming you guys on my other TV right now, and that was the reason. That's what I took off for at the beginning, because I turned the volume down on it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Because I know if I talk, it'll talk on that one, then it'll talk into this mic, and it'll keep going back and forth. Reverb.
Yeah.
But no, it's fine. But like, I know if you guys want to check out more, check out the IMDb listing. It's crazy. The IMDb listing for the Grindhouse movies. Specifically, if you go into horror, it is crazy. They have so many. You'll never watch them all.
That's true. That is very
You will never watch them all. But there's some like you're like, whoa, I gotta check that out. Or you'll read it and you're just like, wow, that's kind of a strange description. All right, I'm gonna watch it. But, like I said, it's a rabbit hole.
I looked up like the listing for like disturbing movies on IMDb once, and shit, like there was so many.
Yeah.
Never.
IMDb listening.
Yeah.
But if you just put in Grindhouse on YouTube, they will give you a lot of the movies, like a lot of, especially the ones with the cult followings.
Yep.
They'll put them out there. So I was like, whoa, I'm gonna have to come back and watch some of these. I got to give it a break now. I've been watching so many 70s and 80s movies before this, just to get ready for this.
Yeah.
I got to get back on the recent movies.
Have you seen Man yet?
No, but that's it's on the list. That's why I'm like, man, I gotta start watching some more of the more recent movies that come out.
Yeah, I watched it today. It was so weird. I gotta watch it again because I have no.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. I gotta watch it again.
Well, it's a Kubrick movie.
It's a weird ass movie. I don't know what happened in it. I'm like,
Stanley Kubrick does a lot of his movies have a lot of strange themes and dark psychological themes and stuff behind them. So
I watched your review on it.
you watched which one?
Weird. A review on Men.
Oh yeah.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, because it's I can get why a lot of people are reviewing it the way they are, because I mean there's gonna be a lot of different ways to look at his movies.
Yeah.
Some people might just be watching, because going into it, I'm just as a fan of Kubrick movies, and I'm just watching it. My first playthrough for the horror. I want to watch it for the gore, or how scary is it going to be, like how intense is it going to be, and then I'll try to keep up mentally the best I can. The first and second watch through. But
right.
For the most part, I want to see the gore.
Sometimes you need to watch certain movies more than one time, because sometimes it leaves you so confused. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way I could have caught everything the first time I watched like Pulp Fiction. There's no way.
There was a lot of shit going on.
There was a lot going on in that movie. There's no way you can catch everything the first watch through. So
a lot.
No, I totally agree with you. I wonder what happened. In the night, she disappeared.
Yeah, she's probably tired. I don't think she even saw. She never even seen my message. Maybe she fell asleep or something.
She's been working a lot.
Yeah, she was.
A lot.
Tell her she's going to be on there for an interview, man. I'm interviewing everybody. We're going to do one on like animal horrors.
Yeah.
That should be good.
Well, guys, we're over the 2 hour mark.
Okay.
I made it.
Wrap it up.
All right.
I made it. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, you did a great job. We had lots of people.
Yeah, I love being here. I love you guys' comment section and the live streams and the reviews. You guys are doing it big for the culture. Everybody who's into horror, all the nerds and the introverts, everybody just watching you from their basement. That's for their little man caves or anything that's going on. You guys are inspiration for all of us. If you guys can do YouTube, we can do YouTube.
Oh God!
I can't wait for your channel.
Yeah. I'm gonna get on here. I'm gonna start making it. I even bought everything down.
We'll promote it too.
Cool, right on.
Once you got it, you let me know and I'll shut you out.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You guys have to check me out. Definitely.
Okay, Curly's
I'm not falling asleep.
It's late. You're over 12.
I'm off tomorrow, so.
Oh, that's good.
I'm off tonight, so I'll be all right.
There you go.
Gonna watch movies and read some books or something.
Yeah, me too.
Work on my studio. I'm gonna move my camera around. This is not the final location for this camera. It's gonna look a lot cooler when I get done. So,
cool.
Live streams coming, guys.
Awesome.
Yeah,
you can
take it easy, Ice Lord.
Do it. Good night, Ice Lord. Good night, Terrence.
Yeah, Terrence, take it easy, man. Hit me up. I know Terrence watches a lot of movies too, man. That guy watches a lot of movies.
Terrence watches more movies than I do.
And he reads a lot of comics too. So
you
guys were talking about
watch movies.
When we were watching the sadness, he was referencing a lot of comics. So yeah, me and him will do a good show together.
He knows his stuff. Definitely.
But yeah, it was a pleasure being on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks so much for stopping by. We had so much fun.
We should do it again one time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anytime you want to come back.
Hey, just let me know. I'll come up with a whole new subject. We'll be on.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, guys. Thanks everybody in the chat. It was an awesome night, and we'll see you next Saturday.
All right.
I'll be tuning in. I'll be in the chat section.
Awesome.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.